The 1st of January 2025 and approximately 14 minutes gone past 1600 hours. We here live once again on Aqua24 Radio, Abrabapa Radio, as well as Aqua24 Radio GH. On Facebook, you can equally catch us on Aqua24 Radio Stroke TV, YouTube Aqua24 Radio, and on X at Aqua24 Radio. This is the first edition of Bamasu in the year 2025. And as you know, when we come here, all that we come to do is to contemplate on all possibilities with which we would become co-creators and catalysts in the making of a very beautiful, beautiful and amazing Ghana. So the very moment we come here, it is more to do with we working on ourselves as Ghanaians to be that very Ghanaian that will be able to drive the change, drive the development, drive the progress that we want as a nation. It's about constant development. So we are here to carry on in this, say they say new year, another year. And then continue to figure out what we need to do in order to get things right in our dear nation, Ghana. To this effect, I would humbly welcome you once again to Bamaso. And check us here, the Mudo, the Muapian, baby, I will be a some penpensu of video, and that Aqua24 Radio, Abrabapa Radio, and Aqua24 Radio GH. The Facebook and our Aqua24 Radio Stroke TV, YouTube Aqua24 Radio, and our X at Aqua24 Radio. Yabaha, Onitia, Yababe Twatwa, Junia, head the OC to me. Now, my Ghana, a fan into my pa, Ifra. And Yantia says, any Ghana now, you can't want them down in the and see Yami Pimu happy. Let's say, yeah, but you say Ghana for a BBI, say Ghana for a very, very important part. See a bit to me, I am Yamasa. Na yadwene se Ghana for a eboa ama adwen kese enso free mu pa niam akese niam bi wo hono mo a se o dwene any other way other than you being a Ghanaian na intimi fa mu mpie da it will never, it can't. I've always told you say opese you see. And that is why they say, sometimes they say the opposite for and I say the very ones who are very good in a certain profession, they think like the very ones they are supporting or they are helping in their profession. And if you are a psychologist and you want to help someone who is a thief who wants to change his way around that, you have to think like a thief. So you think like a thief to be able to help support a thief. You see, the only way sometimes we are unable to do that, that urge within us to judge people. And see, why should I think like a thief? No. Because the person, yes, so if you want to support the person to turn their ways around, that you have to step in their shoes, think like them, and then you'll be able to support them. Likewise, from the other angle, if we want to deal with the problems of Ghana, we need to think and reason as Ghanaians in order for us to be able to get the real solutions, lasting solutions to Oma Ghana ehau. It is a one you say Ghana ni and yeah, now the bit ma solve Ghana for problem. Untimi solve Ghana problem. There be. This is this, we will say this statement is a thesis on its own, and then you can take it from diverse angles in order to get a grip of this. So as a parent now, abofra wati you want to support that child. You want to support to get it right. You have to begin to think like Sauban, a DNT and a man yes I no. You think like that. Oh, what is he going through? Man yes you begin to think like that. A DNT akola go wayward. When you begin to think that you'll be able to get the solutions needed to support your child. A whole thesis in itself. Enti yaba dwene say Ghana for. Ye bibia say Ghana for. And never boa ama adwenkese etimi afri mu aba. Enti ene ede di kan afempim mienu ne aduonu ennum. I was looking into how they started with this calendar system and what have you. And even back in time, I think you see, we a long ago. Long ago. We a long ago. Asem na make actually, right? It's they had that is they call it solar years. Now with the solar years, no. Now it was simply based on the cycles of the moon, right? And see what basically they look at nature, and then they were just putting you see when they observe nature now, they are able to tell the exact times this will happen, and this will happen. So through that, we were able to come to realize and say, oh, after 90 days this season comes in, after this 90 days this season comes in, and then and now they realize they say the whole cycle goes and comes back after 365 or sometimes 66 days. So that is the genesis when they talk about the solar year or the solar calendar now. That is how they were doing that. And when you look at it that way, we have put a measure to it to say when it goes around it a full cycle, we call it 1 year, right? We will say it's the same cycle that is going to continue in this 2025. However, if we need to get certain things done, or we want something new to happen in our lives at individual levels and at group levels, what we have to present to this year is a new ask for us to be able to get what we need. And in my world, I don't usually say Happy New Year. It's a Happy New You to 2025, because it is that new you of expanded creativity, deeper creativity. Is that new you of expanded intelligence? Is that new you of greater love that grows divergently and horizontally, vertically, horizontally? It's that greater love that will make a new emergence that will cause new things to happen in this 2025. And I will say to everyone, say a happy new year to the year 2025. In fact, when I say it's a happy new year to 2025, it is also down to the same law of cause and effect. You can have a very beautiful year, you can have a prosperous year, you can have a successful year if you are still tied up to the things that gives you failure, right? You don't learn from your failures, and then you continue to do the same thing. And yes, many people will wish you have a prosperous new year. It's good. However, if we can have prosperous new year without any input there, beautiful. But if that happens, it is against the law of cause and effect. It's against nature's law. It's like you haven't planted maize, and then all of a sudden you go and see a maize plantation in your house. Hey, and if we could have prosperous new year without any input, yes, we love and we appreciate the very ones who are sending us to have a prosperous new year, among other things. But the main thing is we need to do what will give us that prosperous new year, else all those wishes will just end up in vain. As they say, if wishes were horses, they say beggars will be riding. Of course, beggars can ride. However, even if they get the horse, they have to learn how to ride. No, be so. So you can't override the law of cause and effect at any particular point in time. And or possible from chain horse. I see. Natina, me mao afishiapa. May you expand in greater wisdom, greater strength, vibrant health and vitality. It's very, very important. May you grow in more beauty. You see, today we talk a little bit about beauty. And we need to more kind of resolutions, me boy. I was just contemplating, and then I was asking myself, what beauty am I seeking to embody within my soul in 2025? A few things came in. One of them that was standing very tall. I'll share with you. But of course, I need to hear yours first. Even before we get on with that point, I would want to say to Nanatina, say, may she continue to grow in beauty in all forms, right? Beauty outwardly and beauty inwardly. All forms of beauty, may you continue to abound in such beauty. You see, may you feel the love of the source power all around you, wherever that you find yourself, and may you exude all that is needed to attract the very best of life. Dr. We your own their special one. Now mention Nasara Bediako, mention Dr. Ebenezer Mufabwati, Missing Papa Yuntu, and me bondin da Nananketia. Otimene Nemum Akase or no so obey away. Meet me at Tunum who ye na met me ati dear one so catch them in a very well. Now Machia United Kingdom for Mr. Abbey at a joint. Gamanche, happy new year to 2025. I would want to hear of you, the beauty that you would want to embody in 2025. Now, speaking of Abino, one other thing that also came to mind when I was in my quiet moments. You see, in advanced nation, in well-structured nations like United Kingdom, among the rest, say Yekuskua, na your children with special needs I don't know if you've come across such children before. You know, they give them special attention. Maybe or dyslexia, or autism, right? All those learning disabilities, they are given special treatment. Obu wɔ hɔ a na yɛkɔ school no na n'ani nyɛ, right? Na n'ani nyɛ no wom sɛ yɛbɔ mmɔden a na yɛde n'aba animu because ɛnyɛ saa yɛde no kɔ akyire a ɔnhu adeɛ no yie. Some people are short-sighted, some people are long-sighted. So we take into consideration all the needs of such individuals. Now, say, taking it from that angle, you come to understand, say even abofra some disabilities you tend to give the person, that child, more attention than other ones, right? Just because you need to support abofra in order to be able to stand on their own, or to be able to do things themselves. And when you look at it from that angle, it tells us a lot, right? It tells you, say, yaba haya yedibia kasi yebe ye hu aduro no. Yebe ye hu aduro a say yaba no obi had a special need and a buyer. Obi on a special issue or the aba. Na no me catch will say engrofo bu on mo a obekọ hospital. Na obi a wakọtena obe say 2 hours. Ye nyanhwe obohu ye de obi krikrik ne na pa ho ne de ne kọ. Ne ye kwa akohwe no ono ohia special attention, special need. At that very moment no ohia some huge support, right? Enti say ya baha say ya best school ye be ye hu adro ye be ye hu adwuma. The very ones sometimes you feel said they shouldn't even be allowed to come on. We should push them to the back and how have you know. Those are the very ones with special needs. We should allow them, we should hear them very well and then figure out a way to support them. You see, part of the world, when we have, usually, part of the world, you go school, nankulana, born, me over who any move for na yes, minimadi, born, teacher no my hokra me busa said yes fair in our work. But in advanced nations, our who said they want to bring the very best out of Ubia, whatever the case may be, they give special attention to people with special needs. I tell you, the fact that someone is in United States, someone is in Germany, someone is in America, someone is in France, someone is in Ghana, Obia, it doesn't make them not have special needs. So it does not. It does not. Until Afe 2025, Yabe school. Na said I'm actually woman, you go school. Next will be our special needs, our class where your man of special attention. In fact, in Yanum Ghana for ya, Debia, and your say, a jab be any abuse. Now, or some special needs at a Ibia category. So, Casso will be a your Oko exams. I have to be at 30 minutes to crack home. Say, I mean, because of that, spending more extra 30 minutes to do your work. They have something to that effect. Inti yeni anum ni bi ho no a wo mbeka so wo was our problem ni bi we only our problem ni bi obeka so was our problem because all pay sa 30 minutes extra ni bi, right? Inti afi ye behwem, right? Na ya ba modin na wona ehia e was special needs no. After all, your dream and say whatever the case may be, yabema oni chrono etimi ayeniema on their own. Oni chrono betimi express adwen kese. That is what we want, right? Enti or special need now out in a casem to Mr. Debbie. Baby akwana free air bano free chiri. The kind of programming the person has had no so deadly. Enti the person needs special attention in order to support them to heal. In treating them as children with special needs. Let's support them. Unless you have a different agenda. You don't want to bring the very best out of them. Likewise, if countries, advanced nations had a different agenda, enka yewa akola or Down syndrome, all those disabilities now, right? Gone were the days. Even in advanced countries, they were killing those children, but they came to realize that there be and this you see, so named Steve Hawkins, one renowned scientist. If you know him, then you know what's up, isn't it? If it were to be some places, it would have been cast into the sea or given to some animals to just eat, right? But as they advanced in knowledge, they came to realize, they say, those even special needs children, when you guide them very well, they are able to exhibit amazing skills. To be you will be amazed. Autistic for I tell you, you don't know. When they are guided very well, the things they bring out, you will be amazed. You will be amazed. And let's treat the special needs on the platform with such special attention as well. But hey, this is a word of caution. You see, we call something sympathy request cap, right? Sympathy request cap. Na sympathy request cap no. Emra na yesusa no. Say when you come to realize, say oh yare you are giving special treatment. Oh yare and ye tokus yama. Oh yare and ye no more jollof mount. Oh yare and ye mount special aduane bia. Right? One hwini ya obe pretend ne say oh yare said ye na me kan ye no mo abuse system no. Obe pretend ne say oh yare. So that you'll be able to get that treatment. And then you find a sympathy request cap. And so you put on that cap to request that sympathy. That is a word of caution. Don't intentionally do that. Don't exhibit. Say, I say, oh, your special needs. Oh, your special. Don't do that. It's up to you. We there, whatever the case may be, We would support you along the way. But if it is something that you are intentionally doing, you see, whatever you keep on doing intentionally, it becomes you. It's something that you are practicing over and over again, so it becomes you. So you become that thing. Right? You will certainly become that thing. It's like someone who has been lying over years. It will get to that time when they are lying within them, and they think they are even telling you the truth. So it is to the very ones who may be wearing sympathy request cap. Don't keep doing that if you are intentionally doing that, because what happens is you will become what you are intentionally doing. We will support, but don't become what you are intentionally doing. Abin Chiana, Yanquenim. Yanchia Francis for Monarch. Monarch and so and to abona yes special needs and also common monarch pa. We should give the very ones per our understanding no. We think they are not. We should give them the special needs treatment, and then as long as our dream is to bring the very best out of them, we support them. So we support them very well along the way. Yebema Spain for nyina so afishiapa of abodine bema benewa. Bema benewa mi hu funi no ne oba ahima na o mofra mi ansa no. Chairman of NDC in Madrid. Nesa. Chairman man ebusuafo nyina afishiapa. Bye. Yo, Yabama board chairman. Enzo Afishiapa. The one and only board chairman. Senra Enrana. Yeah, that was yesterday, right? Yeah, we spoke about that yesterday. I asked you the question say, what has he been to Ghana in 2024? That's a very deep question. It's a very challenging and then thought-provoking question that, in fact, we ourselves on our own, we need to contemplate on that and get things right. So if Kwame wanted to do organic farming for Omai Ghana, that was something he could have been to Ghana in 2024. Certain things did not go as he wanted, and I'm very certain, say, going forward, he will do things right, and then he will be that organic farmer for Ghana. After all, if he's able to feed 50 people from his organic farmer, he's doing his best, right? Remember, as we always been saying around here, no, brighten that corner. Maybe I would be in whatever capacity, no, do your part to make Ghana move forward. Yo, and Chiana can you am from Mumwe? Aye, am from Boom. Dr. Tin and Natibungu, Dr. Jingu, and then Adolfo Kenya, Prince de Bombardier, I was on 4 BB. Castro, my one and only Castro. Castro on that Okogan and Wabana. Okay, all right. Mamunya Afishiapa, Ati, Castro. Angelo, I think I heard of Angelo after sending him a happy new year to 2025. Angelo, Mamunya Afishiapa. Na yachi we no there straight away. Yankon common so. Meaning say all your resolutions. I said I make kind of earlier on questions and answers, and one of the questions on the table. What beauty are you seeking to embody in your soul in 2025? What beauty are you seeking to embody within your soul in 2025? Now I'll share mine with you, and then I will go straight on to Abe. See, when I was contemplating on this, what I saw as beautiful, someone who has a lot of power, someone who is in a place of authority, and then he is able to exhibit humility at all times. I find that's so beautiful. This person is in a place of authority. He is in a place of power. He's when we say he's in a place of authority, he's in a place of power, it means a lot. That person could be rich, that person could be very resourceful, that person could be knowledgeable, but in all these, the person still remains very humble. It is beautiful. I find that so beautiful. In fact, if allowed, I would say I find it so romantic and sexy. It's so amazing. That is what one beauty that I am seeking to embody within my soul in 2025. What is yours? You may not want to share with us, but contemplate on that. And ask yourself, what beauty are you seeking to embody within your soul in this year 2025? Yanko ahomanso Abe. Yanshasi yamonkomo. Abe, wotemenka bamaso.
Yeah, Papa Smiley, yeah, I don't care.
Now,
Happy New Year to you and all listeners.
That's all. And one can. Now, say be able to call.
Papa Smiley, what can you do? The day is almost gone now, or halfway through, or whatever. But we thank God that we have been ushered into another year. So, more or less 1 year has been added to our life. Because right now, when they write your obituary, irrespective of the month, they write the year you went. So a year has been added to our years. That is wonderful. I mean, the more you approach it, probably the more unsettled or uncertain you become. But hey, that's human nature. Yeah, Yeah, Papa Smiley, did you say we have needy people on this platform?
Sɛ mekyerɛ wo mu sɛ deɛ mekyerɛkyerɛ mu sɛ wote aseɛ deɛ mede firi baabi na mede bɛpie
I
baabi wote
understood,
aseɛ.
but I wanted to mention names, but
No, you don't need to. Now, Abby, you see, I know you work in a
Yeah.
field that some of these things, say it's not allowed. I mean,
No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm not
okay,
going
all
to
right then. So
mention.
you don't need to mention names, right? On say, I can't be na first and then come frɛ near car disabled me wa. But on say, o masisa no, oh. Ɔmo nka disabled ɛyɛ disability,
Yeah.
right? Because those labels no ɛyɛ quite degenerating nti no yɛ mo body. But when a teacher in a class knows to say you have special needs, we give you the special treatment. That's all. No one nti afi kan asɛm.
Yeah, I mean, then you also made reference to Stephen Hawkins, which was quite profound. You know, I was looking. There was a time in one of my books. You know, they used to call those people, I think, savants. You know, those people who, you know, have, you know, they are like not autistic, but they are people who are, you know, in a part of the world, you know, they use the word disabled, as you said, or they are not. And that one of them, I learned it was one of them who was the first person to create the picture of the image of God we have. There's a book by that person. I'll find it. I think I have a copy, but I don't know. Maybe I've sent it to Ghana or somewhere. And it was very fascinating. You understand? And but before I go on, you were wishing of Akwame Happy New Year and so on, and wishing that he should go and grow his thing. But you were on this platform yesterday when somebody was wishing that land, that one piece of land, the person was wishing the land would be stolen away from him, taken away from him. So we are having like conflicting wishes for Fakwame. I hope that will not scare him. Anyway, yeah, Papa Smiley, you made analysis of the fact that, you know, we sometimes we have to support, you know, we have to, our educational system should support people who are disadvantaged, you know, maybe in the school, in the class, and so on. And Papa Smiley, I've come to realize that, you know, when we were going to school, the way our school system was structured is self-discriminatory, because most of our people back home or in a school environment, even we are children, but so many things weigh up on the children, on the school children or people. There's somebody, because of the family circumstances or parent circumstance, the person is not even stable. May come to school, has not eaten, or before he or she comes to school, he has to do a lot of work. You know, you have to go to farm. I mean, so many things. So by the time you come to the school, you are even tired, or you are even disorientated. It's not because you are bad or you are not clever, but circumstances behind is weighing you down. But our school system doesn't capture all of these things. Or sometimes the the subject matter, maybe you are not interested, either because of your age and so. I think I've said it here before. You know Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs was an adopted child. And the parents, his real parents were not rich. So the adopted family, and they realized that they cannot give him the level of education he needed. So he had this adopted family who the parents intentionally gave, hoping that they would give him a better education. Do you understand? So when the adopted parents sent him to school, he himself realized that, okay, they are making an effort for him, but he was not interested in the whole school thing. Do you understand? He even went there to Harvard. And at that point, he said he was still not interested. So some of the classes, he was just going as a matter of interest. He has to go to school because he has to go. But he wasn't interested. He wasn't keen on that. But there's one course he liked because it's like some sort of artwork. That is what he liked. And so even though he dropped the school, in the university you can attend some of the courses like you are playing games. You are not trying to accumulate any credits points or something, but you just like it. So he said that particular course he liked it. So he was just going because of the nature. I think it was art or some, art or drawing things or something. So he said that course he did, that particular course, is what he used. When you are using the computer, Word or Excel or something, when you want to change the characters, let's say you are using times, forgotten. There are some of the characters on there. Let's say time something, courier. There are so many things when you click that drop down. So he said it was that course he used when he was creating the first computer program. That drop down character, some of the characters, it will become italic, it will become bold, and a lot of those characters. That is a course he remembered when he was creating that computer software program. You understand? So sometimes I think our school system is not catering for these diverse interests. And in the end, people's interests are killed. But once more, don't forget, here too, sometimes they create special school not only for dull students. They select the clever ones and cater specially for them. So it's like they go backwards and forwards. Those below the line, they give them special support. Those above the line too, they give them special support. One may say, it sounds a bit discriminatory, but at least I would say positive discrimination in this case. But Papa Smalley, how can we do these things in our part of the world? Okay, let me ask you, Papa Smalley, throughout all your schooling in Ghana, were you ever at any stage giving career counseling? Or if anybody is on this platform who can tell us that, okay, when I was in maybe secondary school or junior, I was offered any counseling or any guidance.
Abe,
do you remember?
Question I will it takes me to when first of all, when I was going to secondary school in Kumasi High School, right?
Mm-hmm.
I initially opted for science, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, you call her no say there be science I am. into science, and they gave me business studies. Okay, that was the first one, with no, said they all kind of career counseling or anything. No, go and do business. Okay, and I'm calling business. Na me call Cape Coast University, so me call I went for become, right? Send a business they become na me call me wa. And also you call ya, I was there be Emmanuel become Emmanuel be social science.
Why? What was the reason given to you?
On same say, one of I think one of the reasons was on say they have a cutoff point, so they have a cutoff point, and say one fast university also first choice they also have a way of treating you among other things, right? And see, when you were asking about career counseling and what have you, that was where my mind went straight away, right? And see, it's also another thing that we can look into as a
yeah. So in effect, there was nothing like career counseling. Me, I can't remember any counseling I had at any stage. You don't understand? I can't remember. It was completely,
Now, when one other thing the woman say, yeah, now we are more interested in the fact say Rebecca say other see a cool university and I see a cool school we say. But of course now nkasa you know. Yeah, na you said take keen interest in it because you want to one more. So obeko be a UCC na be a akọ education ya obeko Lagos no akọ odontology. So nim za.
Yeah. Of course, I know.
There are several things that come into play here. Abi, to aso, no fa kwa me aba na ehwene ma no mreview. Why?
Yeah, at the time, I remember at the time we were going to. I started UCC. Anybody who had a contact with my parents will say, "Oh, okay, your son wants to be a teacher." Do you understand? That was the only question they were asking my parents. But we started changing the image of UCC as far as business studies was concerned. Some of us, because me, to be frank, when I was doing BCom, I never give any special. I never did give any special preference or credence to any of my classmates who was doing admin in Lagos. No way. Do you understand? Personally, I had an A in economics in my A level. At the time, none of my mates who even went to Lagos had A in economics, just economics. And economics at the time wasn't my strength. Do you understand? So my mindset was, come on, the fact that you are going to Lagos doesn't change anything from between the two of us. Do you understand? So it's a matter of building some sort of confidence. But before you can build that confidence, I think we need support in our system, in our educational environment. You understand? Maybe, probably, we are talking about exceptional cases, but there are a lot of, children, like I started, some of them, they have so much parental burden. Such that, if somebody can even listen to what is confronting them, and what are some of the problems. But you can only do that even if after listening to their problem, there will be a support system to at least cushion it for the children a bit. But because there's no support system for these people or the students, they say, okay, then it's not necessary because after all, you are not going to help them. But that is also what weighs down on most of the people who cannot even finish the school. Asmali, I know most of our classmates, some were cleverer than us. but they didn't go anywhere because there's no support system for all of us. And if we all have to tap into everybody's knowledge or build the nation up, nobody should be left behind like it is done in this part of the world or in America. Pasquale, you know, and I know, and people in America know, if you are academic oriented, it is no money which will block you. Do you understand? The worst case scenario, at least you can go for loan and go to the school. But in our part, it's not like that. So these are all the reason why when you are going low or when you are underperforming as a child or whatever, you go low. Because there's no support system. There's no support. So, you know, this SSS thing, when we are talking about the father, the SSS alone is not enough. So many things go into the whole thing before you can say you are benefiting from the SSS. And but that's why one thing we don't do in our part of the world is the idea of continuous improvement. For us, once we do the thing, or once somebody does the thing, that's it. In Ghana, we say Ngbami. Once you do the thing, whether the thing is working or is not working, once you bring it about, that's it. You understand? And they don't even, when people start criticizing you, instead of looking, is the thing working? Is what I've done fit for purpose? When you start criticizing, they start saying, hey, these people are ungrateful. These people are ungrateful. But in this part of the world, by the time they bring about the thing, they are thinking of what changes they have to add or what improvements they have to add to the thing. About Smiley, the list you put there, okay. There's one thing, digital address system. About Smiley, be frank with me. Is digital address system in Ghana working?
You see, Abio.
Yeah.
Once I made it less never to her, and I made the country was I know one here own.
Yeah.
One here no. Now,
this
is what I if we want to sit down and delve into Sanyamana. Yachro go hona oh. Yeah, we will have questions about, I would say, practically all of them. Now, what kind of questions are we going to be asking, and what is the aim of the questions that we will be asking? Okay, because first of all, Obia Onono I put this list way together no. Said Onono action. That is how he is going to remember the man, right? But what shut down here the degree or any other thing within the watchro any other thing be our the watchro no say well who say sin and agony and straightforward sa no who no but say open say o address issues within sa list na I bet you there are 1,001 questions that you can ask. From where I stand, some of them will be how those things now, how could we have made it better, right? In the case of the digital address system, or can me. Of course, you see, idea about one, na intimate and in our part of the world, the holes around the pipe and supply idea no. And say if one hole around the pipe to give some money to someone who financed the party, I will give it to someone who is not, professionally equipped to do the job. right? And we wouldn't get the best out of it. Someone that didn't sit here. And there are so many questions. Okay, some of them no man can wa de no so kra na ya na nka minim kra say bibi sa debe wo but said ya waka no we can ask questions, and depending on direction our person no so when say nipa no no who all those things no as extraordinary now. Yes, you agree with your adversary, and then you figure out how you'll be able to let them know say we should have greater standards. Our standards should go beyond the mere rhetoric. See, yes, sir. We will be touching so many things as a nation, but we wouldn't
but
be
you see, the
list
there confirms to what we call availability bias.
Okay, all right, then that's also another bias. Yeah.
Yes, the fact that the thing is available is itself enough. You understand? That is what the availability bias thing is. It's part of one of the decision-making biases. And they created it in such a way that everybody will say, we made it available. Do you understand? But is the thing really available? Do you understand? And somebody based on that list, will commit what we call a confirmation bias. Didn't I tell you Akufo-Addo has done so many things merely by saying this list? It has confirmed what I've been telling Ghanaians all the time, you know. Papa, but anyway, don't let us go there. But Papa Smiley, we don't have continuous improvement culture. That is why Japan is where it is. Papa Smiley, when Japanese started making cars, people were laughing at them anyhow. You know, this part of the day, you want to buy a Japanese car, they were just laughing at them anyhow. But today, they are the standard. They are, look, you know, the car manufacturing systems they have, the best is the Toyota manufacturing system. This Toyota, we are saying, that's the best in class. Everybody benchmark itself against the Toyota production system. They came about with these Japanese terms, Kaizen. You know, the 7 waste last time I was trying to discuss with you, where I told you people, even supervision is a waste. Do you remember?
Yeah, what can one some? Yeah, what happened?
Yeah, supervision is a waste, because if you've done your thing well, you don't need supervision because it costs money to supervise something. You understand? All these things were Japanese way of doing things. You know, so I think not until we embrace, you know, this sort of continuous improvement system, we'll always be where we are. We'll always be where we are, and people see the effort to improve what we have as criticism. That's why people will have the audacity to say we are not grateful. Grateful to whom?
Grateful? All right, Abi, before we go into any further details, the other part of the question, no? What beauty are you seeking to embody in 2025?
Well, Papa Smiley, I think I have identified that in a part of the world, one factor which has, you know, drawn us back, or which is not making us progressive, is Papa Smiley. I wonder how and which effort we put in place to get better ideas to improve our lot. You understand? Because if you look to the average Ghanaian, both those in leadership or those in politics. The sad bit is we are only a few people, let's say negligible percentage, about probably 1% or not more than that. But the rest recycle ideas, and ideas only floating within the system. And what has made it worse is social media. Papa Smiley, social media is not making people search for ideas. Most of ideas you see in social media, they are superficial, they are gimmickry, and so on. I mean, I don't think those people who are really into ideas to develop their countries rely on social media only. In this part of the world, I don't think so. So what I wish, what I could do is contribute probably more or different channels to encourage our people to read more. Not only social media. Social media stuff gives you superficial ideas, superficial way of doing things. That is what I've realized, and that is what pains me, that our people are not searching for in-depth knowledge. And social media has made it worse. It's like gossiping, it's like some superficiality, and I see social media waste time. It wastes time.
Okay, 80 in a line or two, no. You want to grow more into critical thinking, and you want
exactly.
to support others to also grow in that. Yes, sir.
Exactly. That is what I wish God will give me the strength and the energy to do it.
Now, have you also questioned yourself about some of the challenges it come along with you trying to help others to develop critical thinking? Have you thought about those challenges that come along with that?
Yeah, but personally, I know there are a lot of challenges in this, in the sense that because of the nature or the level of our economic development, let's say people will prefer, or people are so desperate, either hungry or such that they don't have the means to even buy any good book to read. You understand? They don't. But personally, if I see reading, it doesn't necessarily have to be a book. One day I listened to Wole Soyinka, and I like the advice he gave. Wole Soyinka said, read everything. Because they interviewed three of them. They were all philosophers. There was one Ghanaian, Kwame something, I think he teaches at Harvard, and one Manbi, the three of them. I mean, I really enjoyed that interview. Wole Soyinka said, read everything. Papa Smiley, can you imagine the quality of? Have you read any of the African writers before? Chinua Achebe, James Igunji Wationgo, Amata Edu, Aikwe Ama, and the rest. Papa Smiley, if you read these people, Unfortunately, all what these people wrote about is a reflection on African society. And what they wrote about is now it's more pronounced than at the time they wrote it. You understand? And Papa, sorry, before we can catch up or we can be on the right track with these people, I mean, we we have to be serious. But me, I feel if you read widely, you get secondhand experience. That is what I know. Because what people have done, you know, you get that experience or that exposure quicker. I think 4 days ago, I was listening to a radio program, LBC, and the guy was asking, he was worried about AI, how AI is coming to dislodge human beings. And the one guy came on the program. The guy said his dad is an IT engineer. And so because of that, he's also in IT. So, but he says his father was more experienced with him. So they were all expressing this sort of sentiments. And he said, my dad told me there's no cause for worry. And it was true. He said AI cannot replace human being anyway. Because AI is an expanded search engine. You understand? And he was able to explain. So AI is just a mere extended search engine. Like you are searching on Google, but it's more complicated than that. So there's no way you can overtake human being. You know. But yeah, Baba Subali, I think that is how I see our system. That if we are not serious, because the way we are going, ask yourself. I think 3 days ago, yesterday, the America was accusing the Chinese as having broken into their treasury something. Do you understand? Why would they be doing all these things? Because they are looking for knowledge, social media knowledge. They are looking at proper thing. But we are there joking, cracking jokes. Somebody is eating bread and displaying on. What would you learn from that?
Okay, all right. Abi,
gossip, we are taking it like acquisition of knowledge.
You see, so the American, it's all about seeing life as a journey. Nah, TikTok, more or less, nah, it was just for, fun videos among other things. And then when they started doing the live edition of TikTok, you qualify, and then some people were still say I have this number of followers, and see there were some people that say I'm when your followers into on the platform was follow me. I don't know if you heard something of that sort.
Yeah. Most people, that's why they call you like it, take this.
Some people were just not follow my gifter, right? And then along the line, some people decided to say, no, we can use this means to also do some education, address some very important issues here and there. And then some people also started talking about matters that are of much interest in the society. People started doing that. Now it's gone on. People give legal advice among other things over there. And I'm say TikTok shop so people sell. People can go there, and then you can have a whole shop ɛwɔ hɔ nom a oh no, I as a drop shipping, no, you don't touch the product, and then you'll still be making some money out of it. Now, quite recently, they have added another feature. They call it STEM, right? And when you go on TikTok, at the home, no, on the extreme left, no, they have STEM. When you click on STEM now, you will be looking at STEM, science, technology, engineering, and maths. You'll be looking at videos that are teaching these things, right? And see, person STEM hona, basically is people who are academically oriented. They want to learn and they want to do, know more about a field that they are in. That is the STEM. Someone said that in the city, it's a evolution. It's a journey.
Yeah, Papa Smiley, you see, I understand that we can improve upon it. I think there are this IT technology. There are two areas that Africa was able to leapfrog, the world. I think one or two main things Africa was able to adopt this technology thing to leapfrog the world. The first one was Africa leading in converting the mobile technology for mobile money. You understand? By the time, I don't think mobile money functions in this part of the world like it does in Africa or maybe in the developing world, which was a positive adaptation of the whole thing. Then also, I think banking too. They are all related. You understand? So I think we need to be concerted in adopting the technology to help us leapfrog in certain areas. And that is not what we are not doing. You understand? That is not what we are not doing. But Papa Smiley, this TikTok thing, fine. Me, I don't even have an account on TikTok because I don't like. To be frank, TikTok is not my first. I don't like most of the things they do there too. I mean, I don't see any benefit. People, you could do all of these things on YouTube. You understand? You can do all of these things. YouTube, the quality on YouTube is better than on TikTok. YouTube is owned now by Google. You understand? Most of my Excel, skill set I used to use YouTube because there are very brutal guys on there. You understand? Who would really, but the point is when you learn, you need to apply it in practice. You understand? It's not just a matter of going there. Of course, you can learn to have the knowledge, but then you have to apply it so that you don't forget it. So we should adapt some of these things to help us progress. But there's a limit. You understand? There's a limit to what those people who are leading will put on these sites. You understand? Because some of these things, before you need to get clearance to put some of these things there. So if it's against the country's maybe industrial policy or industrialization drive and so on, you can put it in the public domain. So if there's a limitation, and that is what we follow to catch them up, do you think we can reach anywhere? You understand? We can reach anywhere. So that is why we also have to do things to leapfrog, the world in certain ways. But that's not what we are doing.
Okay.
Everything we do so far is superficial thing.
Okay. All right.
You understand? Look at Akufo-Addo. Akufo-Addo has enjoyed.
Abi.
Hold on, he has enjoyed the last week because it has fallen into his line. Akufo-Addo feels that leadership is about gracing occasions. That is all. Gracing occasions and talking rubbish.
Abi,
that is all he's up to.
You see,
Yeah.
do you remember my chat on special needs?
Yeah, Baba.
You remember it very well.
Yeah.
Okay, all right then. Fakwa dream. Why? Okay. Fakwa dream. Why? Yenkuti of a Kwame so. Right. Yenkuti of
Okay.
Kwame. Of Kwame.
Kwame, when he comes, he should tell us how he's protecting that one piece land.
And you now over junk. Dan no makana se. Of Kwame. Bamaso.
I do get you.
Afisha panso.
Officers a brown. Now, many I say, and oba now into me dispatch you know my members are eba. A short no I be frame me.
Okay.
I care for him to so be join.
Okay.
So bet me at this.
And then crown say I haven't gotten the backup yet. Until maybe at 6 o'clock and I'm round up. It was just this is just just a short one be to welcome ourselves to 2025. Let's carry on like this. If we have to end up any time from now, we just end up and go. Why? Just this is just.
Yes, how many people?
I understand. It's not about what has to see right. The majority of people are out there listening. That is also very important. Let's carry on. If because first and you will be a essentially a holiday, maybe what?
Is that a holiday?
Now some comes to me, but it's been first, and then on a Wednesday I said, okay, let's come.
Me feel say and why a very great job, and then in particular. And Mama said, me sending a Abba no into me be better platform no so now.
Why
Abba. New Year, Happy New Year, Happy. Hey, say, Mr. T. Day no, my so hopeful say, me feel that the party be happy in 2025.
Okay, that's good.
Because me sorry, messages are eba. Any say already so chance I dear man no. Say a year because he can either make or break Ghana. And he said, or you know, positively, any Ghana.
That's right.
And I mean, who reason I also be saying anything. But question ani ebusan is and then minima could be discussing was in. Mama was the worst president Ghana has ever had. But enam Akufo-Addo performance ninti. After the Mama will freeze our position. Emma say we play any card here obey savior. So in the media me one thing they say this Mahama no. At least me who say only lazy person because he's in farming. So only say Nikuya no we hear information. But say our project ma me no so be buano dia any one say NDC for no one we limited until we say or stretch it out. Now we're picking Nipa almost doing Ghana home. Near put to Ghana first before everything. NDCU, MPPU, Yamfa Ghana, said the Dao Becano, and your reference. It's a Ghana year reference there. That's your my information flow. Any attain chaining in I bet me a Kayadri, said the Bayer Ghana Bay on mine. Because responses are a one. And despite the Oma say no, still there's hope. Say Ghana between me and your mind.
There's still hope, of course. Of course. They can.
So what moves and your papa?
I say.
Hope ni ho
Uh-huh.
hope ni ho na say BBA Jimmy. But hope dear and my ma dear say crano. Yes, it means a pejano.
Of course.
Na abia belecha, also belecha ma mitie bia na abi media social media no me fane say ye open university because me first friend is saying na me pay wo friend saying YouTube na Sankrofo we Facebook no na me feel say all the personal contacts no me marketplace no me until say me real deep and I mean who say we can learn so many things and me projected that many source organic farming help many free hono a wet why na me hope so say Nkrofo nko because ade a wo hwehwe bia no uko YouTube abenya uko ano your friends saying Facebook obenya sa Instagram no e ho kra de ne phone ko express nko a go so and to say China for the TikTok no and also not meditations initially because enyum bia me peti a obehun se no mo a breaking mfimfin na me bu ofusa but actually Nkrofo pushy mami and me call your account to ho and me who say oh also there's a choice. Until moment I choice or the next hope or there may be when I'm in Sabeka, I'm happy. Because me life no me funny say education till the last breath. Now the education you get and also modern so be put into practice. And the Ghana for no there, as a matter of fact, Ghana for page there, okwa omo culture man. Any one lifestyle no inti hardly say ubenya lessons or home inti ho de do me skip one Ghanaian being na say or chere farming or expect to home we be say this year aduane ohima Arabian so abeka no ho a ono so kire Ghana data edi no Ghana nyina Cape Coast ni bi ono so ya ade enti ya piki Nkrofo na me kai no once you have a choice there and you would me choose name is suitable be ema wo so the there na hia wo a se nkwa me nka se nkwa say empty things na hia wo a you can go there and enjoy your life. But maybe me good choices.
Yo, Wafa Kwame, thank you very much for audio. Now, I won't say, yeah, you can't boundaries, now, one of the beautiful things, and you set boundaries, it's because Nkrofo they haven't developed capabilities to be able to sieve through whatever they listen, whatever they hear, whatever they smell or what have you, right? When him say Nkrofo bu hono I just say one to say aduane pampan bi afane so obakwa akope bi edi so nim sa nti unim sa oni kro na on fa no mfa baby a aduane aroma age ho bebre, right? Yewo nkora bi a odo mo ekokuro mu a ade bi obehu bia ope ne senti no ya na parents in person omdom be fa some particular places when it comes to some omdom pia. Now this is all about say make boundaries in who asem here over social media offering open university no yes open university pa I'm telling you enema ho but say ya create boundaries bi to set the abe mu na we will have it as an open university, and people who are not so one way or the other mature to make sure say asema meet, you know, this one I can take, this one I can leave out. There are people who haven't grown up to that stage. Na yejai musa one here you be creating problems, and so Eddie amaya. And there should be a set of boundaries via ebeboa ama, especially the very ones who are still coming up here and there, no, to be able to be managed, right? Once akola osuya nanti efoforo no. Ofakwa me yana yi enema bia o tehwe a ne tibebom na asefo free ho. Ana nsa na yeye wo. Sa na yeye o meboa.
No, some may have been a father until
okay. But beyond you being a father, you have been a child before, yes. And then the unkai. Oh, father crana unkai be ana. Father crana unkai, and then the child you already wakai.
Then me gonna blame the space you were.
But even in the midst of space, no, there is one other boundary I critical war. On say you are debia na yesum na asene okay, all right then. Hey, that's also a boundary. Okay. 80 we need some boundaries. Because offer one when ya say enye radio ya na ekoso ntokwa wo Rwanda no. Say radio me wa.
Factor.
And the fuel ya de no me wa.
A factor because eno na spread
sa and the fuel ya de no. Enti no say ya fa say o of akwa asem kan say wo kuti sa ensem na no mo kana e bia na wo at that time no wo onko fasekan enko chase wo bi, but obi so be kwa kuti sa asem no wa fasekan so go chase wo bi me wa
sir.
Enti na wo se nya boundaries no,
but Rwanda case in India planting abrofo no de ye adwuma, because what they do they say some person will destroy society, omo behwehwe differences being physical na religious and na say no more exploiting no, because they know what they need. Enti omo keke ni peti ehihye mu a ebubo mu a na afi omo anya kwanya operating. I'm in France. Enti me no sa Rwanda case no meti in history na, in fact so unwure mu a unti ase papa unwure mu a enye say enipa a wo mo ye intermarriages and no mo decide so on be destroy wo mo ebi ana sorry bi ka ho ebi ana or maybe interest ka ho say let's destroy these people say they be ya ye benya kwan operating. Enti case no there me wa ha metikasa no metie wo ma ye na anniversary I reveal a year a pushing crowd ma wo mo koye. Enti media said they me city ase no different from media publications nearby
Okay, all right. Yeah. But it does not also take away the fact that especially on our airwaves, we need some boundaries there as well. So and then say one so anyway so him say so the mobile phone device there's a way you'll be able to control the apps ultimately download how long they can stay on the phone among other things. So sir, because so one of the boundaries and they say or dance out me phone no and then see another boundary. So ultimately phone no so there And yeah, that other boundary of you setting the time limit and putting restriction as to the things that they can download among other things, and then you see another boundary. And even yeah, see I'm boundaries now. Ma ubi huna akora no, wako shempemu no, ubi huna no wako Google no wa type on yeme bi wo honum. When ma ho so na akora no wajinsem. So said I didn't sit here.
No correct.
Whatever the case may be, we need boundaries, and that is what in my from where I'm sitting. I mean, who say Abe is advocating say, hey, we should have some boundaries set, when it comes to say they are all kind of the open university, of social media. Offer what kind of way?
Let's look at this way.
Okay.
So, one say nipa yanti say more. We need young instance, but education and a may nipa. And from childhood, no, was a kola unya education a young kola education and sana or true level beer. Yes, or your adult, he can decide for himself. So, it we are adult there. I think one a French philosopher been also was say you protect freedom of expression. And me and fight judgment in muscle. But once the information there, it must be allowed. And so that group where you from adult there, you must get access. Now I was selected the office a convenient amount.
Of Akwame, who is an adult?
Who is no more a child?
Who is a child?
A child is who is not capable of deciding for himself.
Okay, so can we have someone who is who has a big body, right, and still not able to decide for himself?
Adults are through education be a woman still they have problem deciding for themselves.
Okay, into adults and no children.
But age, a push you home. And you had the examination be just one pass and son what you do them. And in the adult, we have a mixture. Those who can think and those who cannot think for themselves.
Okay. All right. You, Ofa, thank you very much for that. Now, just before we go on to Bombardier, what beauty are you seeking to embody in 2025?
2025, Ghana is going to start a new.
What beauty are you seeking to embody in 2025?
Me personally.
The question what, Tiana?
And I'm saying, me personally, yeah. Meaning, say 2025, I'll be in Ghana. I'm a project, a Dameni Suono,
okay.
Now, aye me samanya manya me fi say me son faso no a di be man microphone sa.
Okay.
Because Ghana was say in the first place ya do ye ho. Now say ye kire kwani a do life no
we you see this is my okay. That's why we set goals, right? Enti personalize on some kind. Okay. Said the all can Ghana was here to do it. Okay. No one can say, said the Mibusa question. So, in 2025, I want to grow more in love. Love to do what? Now they are so you set your goals very well so you can guide yourself in achieving them. Right? So
the project in the doors. The project in the doors. Now any started with fraternity, brotherhood. So, and it's a brotherhood here, Juma dear, and it was so. A brotherhood, I feel, when you say, Nyakopo Wama Brain, and Osadi, another friend is saying, periphery become why a friend of arms. Now, arms, one much say a knee brain no connection no ye so he said say open we are no use on sa that yes you are using only half brain no e be as use your brain worker you are using only half of your faculty and one son The difference between say China for nature say a manual education no yet as equally important as brain work because the brain we ye juma oni and sunny ye juma boom Emma bibia peso ye pia. No wonder say German for the stress of friends perfection in manual work. So, and the Emre do say, Adiana yedia mayeno. Me feel say Ghana we are lazy people because opien person obeye dumedin. Kakra no so a womu ye kuya no so a womu a friend nutrition in French. Womu de eniema eni se ewura nipa body mu ene ye kuya.
Okay, all right, then. See, one other beauty you want to embody, the beauty of hard work. Yes, sir.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because Master, Uber brochra ha. Or first experience. Utumi who say a organized society. Abibie ko ye kama. Aden because almost sorry ano almost everybody is going to put in the effort. Say the beya system no be juma. But when I say me ko hu shanin town, obi ko ye TikTok we bi ho. Emrantie kama able people. As one go on, they are not working. They are wasting time. And come on, go magazine cranko suye juma. Hey, but you want one sorry and pa. A quanya umbefa su bedidi, wombedi a problem. And one more begina honoma, one come on, ubehena a time no qua neko. They are wasting time. Because society don't yet organize. Amrantia won't bet me a resourceful because me believe we say Yakopo or Bonnie Pebia or talent or Dimba will be. It is why I exploit it. Now will be waste your time throughout the years here. Nebi cry woman in show. Now so fast or ben a basso. It is time say you coin. You bet me a my and crop on productive, resourceful. Because I did be surprising me. A collar of about 4-5-year-old Chinese child. I want to want a crass here. It to me, a driani, as I cough from funny nanamu be fierce set it table ma or momo with it. It is a training and ye be ana. Now you're dear boy bar. You ready? No. And I wasn't near my sister. Media yada Roma. Media yada Roma. Into media no, we can use it positively. Emma, yet to me about the better society.
Okay.
But since they are not there, we are wasting.
You see, over me yama dear see has seen themselves me hena me janoko me yama dear see no said they will see can no say yen use media no positively me boy.
Exactly.
I'm not running away from negatives because negatives are also needed because it's one way of we getting to know the positives as well. Said I watch there no. You use social media not positively to educate and then empower. Yes, I know this is here. And that itself is a boundary. Anna, who's a boundary? Nibia.
Me who sir.
Who's a boundary? And say open said the social media and find. So you are creating a way with which we should use the social media. It is a boundary. It's a boundary.
Education because what we know. William say social media no bet me a more or improve or quality of life or standard of living. And wow, what nature saying. It bet me educate you. It bet me you were free unemployment. It bet me why the word I love so much. About why resourceful. We are resourceful or family, any society.
All right. So, Kwame, thank you very much. Yeah, but that's why. Yeah, but that's I dear. Also, boy and como. Why? Also, boy and como. Now, Yama bombarded. Emremu. Omo en komo kakra. while I also get ready to run away. Bombardier, what's in car? Bamaso. Prince, oh, okay. So Bombardier, enter car. Let me jump on to Alex Kakra. Namuna can fuck a crab, so Zavi Yampon. Or we will come full. Why? And he, Bama Benewa, Bamaso. Oh, okay, all right then. Yeah, Metiasia. If you can't talk, Metiasia. And yeah, Monarch. For you alone. Me do akano for you alone.
Now the ask more point,
Me from Refi. Offer kwame so go baby ana me boa.
Oh baby,
okay, all right then.
Because all the form me you want me see ya keke. Because I'm a man for
oboso for kra so abante I know so oboso for betima ye adwuma na eno ono oboso for betima bo adwuma no. Right?
Okay.
Na oboso for me ba afra say no aketesi bi kutie program no say mo kan correct nsem pa ho no na afi no obusa e wo Facebook we say adint na wo didi wo program no so right enti ya shene so why ya shene so you see ya wade bi a opani bi kire me no say own it, right? Now you owning something, no, even as an employee, you know, when you own the job that you do now, it also affects and as it influences how you do your duties. And you owning something, no, you prepare yourself for a position that is bigger ahead of you. And we may look at Agonifor Radio as perhaps, you know, a platform, online radio station. You know, we just come, you know, not scripted anything, and then we educate ourselves. But we should look at it, or we should operate ourselves from the angle, say it is a big radio station or a big TV station. You wouldn't see, or you wouldn't listen to your radio station in France and then you hear the presenter chewing and then eating on live shows. You wouldn't hear that. If you hear that, it is not normal. It's not right. So, yeah, run things from that perspective. Why? Yanko Monarch so. Na Monarch mo yanko mo kakra. Monarch. Bamaso.
I didn't guess the official pa.
Afeno ko na foforo nsa mesa what mean. So ne kan nyina kan ho minia kan nyina kan me
bushafo nyina so official pa.
Hallelujah na ene yen komo na quite simple
maintain
question no nse me boldin de kan asem me say ai one say me nim say uko France na wa study France for system na say you go school na say you go school you go school na you wo students ni bia your mates ni bi na so omo special needs omo special needs we give them special attention yes sir unim say nkrofo bu ono ma omo some yare bia enu nti see year exams na say 1 hour correct mom 30 minutes ka ho ana yeah part of the world no na omo tie akire no ye wo school no omo tie akire no omo na abon so nim sa omo ni ma dia and now who you stop on so special need obi o stop on bi ana or some or needs to be and your friend so or you stop right obi a hyper a special need but you be kind so you stop on so nim sa it no a special need but ye hu say dey be see handle situation you say oh you stop on as a continentary, right? Ana in organized societies no say akora no owo any problem a ye ma no ba ni mu meboa.
Yeah.
And it tells you say special needs people need special attention. Right? Enti yemfa ne say yaba kasafidie yisu yaba si ebisua de ye be ye ho adwuma ye be ye ho aduro. Believe you me. Obi wo Germany, obi wo France, obi wo Belgium, obi wo Spain, obi wo United States. Watena ho bia 20 years, 15 years. Eno nkyere say oba ha oni special needs. What I'm trying to say. And he said we have to give attention, proper attention to those individuals with special needs to support them to grow use that same strategy to help them to grow. Unless you have a different agenda. But if the agenda is to support people with special needs to also become productive and contribute to societal building, and we need to give them the special attention. So I'm saying, can I not inquire or more special needs? Na say for no, a friend say, oh, but we are, na I'm for class president. We will be, president.
Special children for
special needs. Down syndrome. Almost special president. Will be right. Now, can I not ya to turn class? Uncle any na go. Epumama epodo omokozo nimza. But then you advance how we'll be able to tap into their special capabilities and use it to build a society. So what I say, and that was one of the things that I put forward to say come 2025 yama say in as much as possible the very ones that we may feel say they are individuals with special needs, we should give them some special attention and then support them to also grow. Not to tell them, say, hey, class fatam. The other thing that we were talking about also was what beauty are you seeking to embody in 2025? I shared mine. Abi I shared it of Akwame I shared it of Akwame the say he was putting it in form of a story. But that is one beauty of coaching. You can tell your story and then the coach will be able to put it up in such a way, say you'll be able to set goals. What I say, you put it come out, not there at all. This is what you want to achieve. So for Kwame I can't dear, but I'm maybe the end dear. Let me say I would want to embody the beauty of someone who is in a place of power, who is endowed. Endowment ubi usika ubi wo ho animdie ubi wo ho no mo a the endowment ni eye tumi to say he's in a place of power among other things, and yet in the midst of all these things the person is very, very, very humble. It is one thing I find it very, very beautiful, and that is one of the beauty that I'm seeking to embody in 2025. Enti oh boy and common now, so I'm yehu. Which beauty or what beauty are you also seeking to embody in your soul in 2025? Udi ni eti na obosofo so aba adwuma me wa obosofo okay, all right, koso na member of Kwame privileges so that he will be able to support going forward. Why? Intikasa udi ni eti
medase wa kwanya aja mame meche busuafo nyina mo bibia afishafa afise sene won kwane ahode mesre rade se adi bi eye obi abota ya wandru ho last year no afie rade mani papa no ondru ho na omben ho pa na papa. I want to start from where you started with regards to giving special attention to special children and as people that need attention. It's true. I mean, you are just spot on to say you go school, no, and now even on this platform, no, say Ubibani, if you say said in Kebeyama, Sankran. I mean, I won't believe say you see no as a case study. Said in Kiko school, Akrabia or special need, Ibia or condition binti exams, your man on extra time or condition binti or matete class nechi ye free some years stubborn by Ibia a BB, there is an undertone, there is an underlining reason why it's here. or my stubborn till here attention. Else be a boy momotimi esakrabe what society wants them to be, we shouldn't also lose sight of the fact that the what they boa payo any that one so no the we opuano kran puano sankrofono opa fe wiase adaje fe wiase patience nya try say obeboa no enkosi hwe, it would amount to nothing. I support it. Say obi hia mwana else nyina ye boa no nyina yenya I am share no do ye sensitive to nipa no condition and situation ye boa no ma no so if we say situation him. But when that person na yesusu say owo sa need no else ye boa no e boa payo any ni da ho dia say nipa no, you don't waste an night of time trying to make him become what he's not ready to become when we could have used the same time no to do other things. If we say if we are so be shada katane ni say wada ninya ne eden pa obi shada katane ni say wada ninya ne eden obi a wada naturally any obi a wa shada aboni timu pa katane ni say wada no ye ka se kunya ne sa afo ni mi no de wada naturally no obo na obeti nani de wa shada katane ni say wada no
okay, all right.
Unim bibi.
Debbie
Mami muso. Unim. Obi a washe da no. Say open say unyane no adwen kese kwan so a. Say na abenyane no.
oh, I haven't thought of it, but Ubia, why should I bonnet teams or what the media mean you shoot any acrocobia because of croc now? I know so. Intuition that year and DB and the body never responded to. Sending in the betty. Oh, if you should add the Tacredian Nasum be more. Ha, now I pay. A lighter be washed out so light a video who did not say crack or betting any. And I wash it out so the eyelash and no action.
Okay.
What a pen be there one more to him, sir.
You see, what was that? Now no, you are talking of things a bit near Pusuno. But you are not saying say okay, what that dia yemfa tu monunkuno. No,
Debbie.
so on say the uzi canon. On say baby u free ban.
Yeah.
It's say no. On say you a patron bro for you are also being circumspect in how you even try to wake someone who is pretending to sleep up.
Yeah.
On the identity. Honayana Emma creativity any intelligence very very sexy and romantic. What do you say?
Yeah.
It's no we be cast and you should see munuso. Oh Debbie.
Oh Debbie. So unyane say wukuno. Ube say unyane na wunya bibi free no.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
You don't kill such a person.
Thank you. Enti to aso. What has just had to aso?
Enti such a person I wash that cattle and this or done it. Say any pan say a baby near echo. Any friend say Joe, time as we cool. No so no kwa wash that so what that. Time now would be with two and one now also in having so betting. Why have any beba hoson not can one casa wukunya and a twedge announces one in Yanaka. Sometimes I support it, say we need to support such people, no. But it is not when Nipane de Boapayasha that can or not the Wabuni Timu per se. May monarch, my imagine say no could be who be a become if I made say I'm tear unbent, unbroken, maybe a message say in the entrenched stance by way. And Nipabia will take entrenched stance on Bibia Hono. In an event when sir at the Kwani Kunu Krana, I feel now bones because of say Uteki entrenched stance no. Not all free more. Either so I are addictive to Adeno. And I feel very emotionally connected to Adeno say Adeni couldn't power but because of say entrenched position no taking into any become me watum. Any many Adenebeko. But I think as rational beings as God made us to be, no. Say our rimpo anyankopon boy for procreation. Say it do baby many pet me say I am fed up, Ubianco the separate to ya. I do not think that there's nothing under this ether and under this sun. Ubet Yaka say what take in instance by even when I didn't say from how you saw it in my door at the corner was still a metina home. Inti Papa me know you are John that school, but say a special child, And into the school is a share. And crabby or one of my beer, best at it. Obey a dear back or your friend parent about school staff. Or my me, bebe school more, obey a dear ABC no you. Parent never try some big and casache or bebe school, no repeat the same thing. It's me, Drew baby. Emma crying school for the cassia unity. Papa said, so one who be that. See a you be a dear free school because I said lifeline a demand in na sa opportunity a demand so best and one and I so best everyone. Into do baby a school in who say Sasani pan be bad example to the many dear a better say be more no more free. Ye yinedi nasi be coffee no kusian lessons say the next visitor be senya wo other school bim no obesesa anti no na mimi hu ne say etesa just like prison. You do become prison, it is meant to reform the person. And unfortunately, yeah, system of prison, the M say, Okwana Kwase Onado Aba, Inti, a holiday sana mekano. And then you asked about what kind of beauty do I intend to embody moving into this year, Jeremy. I think, say, me know the same page. I think one of the things me find so beautiful, you be or you're so powerful, or you're influential, or you're so affluential, but who say or modesty. And on a Bible kind of meekness. Now, meekness to me is knowing your strength and suppressing it. You know your strength, but you have suppressed your strength because when you say this monarch guy, so also will handle, I bet you handle easily. You know your strength. You know how you can suppress this boy. But sake of bibinti, or say, oh, me, I wouldn't kill a mosquito with a sledgehammer. Or the man, that is meekness, and that is what Jesus exhibited. Say, onona no yinya meba so wan bu no ho say, we yinya meba obre ne ho asesa de kosi le wudem even on the cross. Jesus could have commanded fire to come and consume man or more torture and any but or meekness, meaning me power, but sake of a certain glory. The Bible says the author and the finisher of our faith, who for the joy set before him endured the cross. And sometimes, and ka wo bibi anka be ye pa jobi chambo you say nka won so watinka pa we ni pa say nka sim bi ba betin awo so but nyame surunti e kai na ejai. Sometimes nipa bi betin ayi wade pa you wish nka be handle in a manner that e be chere na lesson bi but or say inti a meekness, that thing is so fascinating to me. And one thing I want to embody also knowing something and sharing with others. I mean, the beauty of sharing. It can be something physical or something intangible. I won't even find so. So, a dream about Kwana Minyana me person me pay teaching. Na me fese we gina a domain na we impact baby on them. Nti me kai na me chade o mansa no. Samre no. Ni twa ka 202 cedis. But me kwa adwuma ni gia na ewu mi mu no. Minima de kro. I was intrinsically motivated because me ko gina nkra bi anima che o made. And me reminisce years back na me met classroom na obi gina me nim che made ntine. I'm also going to attend the same paper na me fe. Enti one beauty that in fact is something I do, but I'm going to deepen it. The beauty of sharing, whether in kind or in something you can touch. Papa, we are saying, Ubia Honam Enson, a Quancoda. Kwame despite when they escape from Ghana, you home crown. Your moment are debit to be sure almost any cicadia and yard this kind of it and solve it. And they would have to rely on Ubi Nimdia to get answers to what is confronting them or confronted them. And the beauty of sharing, I want to deepen it. Into everything be me here, into me. Is it the section I'm social media, Martinidin chopping board. No, I have this year. I'm going to make it even better. And yet, political inquiry. We're going to be treating health issues, entertainment, culture, and tradition. Everything social issue be a better scarcity, and it is an avenue that I want to use to one, educate myself, learn from people, and to also impact on others. Inti Matuni Dinse Convo on the chopping board, which is coming very soon. Inti I want to use this opportunity to announce it to Bushafe. And so it be a maybe Papa Smiley Mefro as a resource person to come and share something with us. Inti the beauty of sharing ARD 2025 in the person it depends. I mean,
yeah, a good thing to share. Name almost or therefore you find check.
Oh God.
It's when or therefore the one found what I say.
Oh, therefore, the I am fine to check me patch. So on narrow down the
Oh, what's that one? Who are fanboy? What I say? Where fanboy? What I say? It's guess Nina, so you're fanboy. It's Mr. Or therefore, you find check.
David, I know they say no, they therefore. Or therefore, how would you? Oh, I'm now going to keep and I don't come home. Me and I can't say, in Shanka Boafo, say Boafo, or better, say, or Babuamo, she has a defraud you with on your Boafo, Papa. Boafo, who said, you see, no, Saturday, I got with the Boafo, Papa.
That's right. It's even in sharing your boundaries. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. All right then. You. And I love that beauty that you want to embody. Very, very beautiful. A beautiful beauty that you want to embody. To say it's me embody that beauty. Yeah, share. You know. Some of us may have not have thought about some of the things that we are saying. So it draws them in one way or the other to also begin to looking into those areas and also developing those virtues as well. Any other thing that you want to share with us before
Emra 31st night as usual almost show mon community now. In fact, in commission pio honoma me say my imagine say asofo no yen commercing bi because oka obi gine che so tan asofo udidi asofo ata much as I believe said you fake prophets or your genuine prophets and so on. I wouldn't despise and some kind of only to say I wish saying common some you don't describe them as prophecies because in some can what makes them prophecies and if you make a common same we probably need to give some time a Brennan Krabby and a betray. But maybe what I want to share is moving into this year from January 7, the John Mahama, His Excellency Siswa. Let's all behave as Ghanaians, citizens, responsible citizens. Let's support the man to succeed or succeed. Yeah, and none doesn't erase within monarchy in film. So and none ma usika ojina bosomino or employers in Kasomati. So say your best support and I'm build the Ghana no to a level where Ubi's Baba Betwasa Umbra. Let's do it. Emanenya say I'm folding my arms so by your name and on your party ni almost my winning almost on baby. And so yeah, I don't know we should constructively the underlining word constructively criticizing. Or yeah, I don't know any year, Yamon Abaso. Then Caswa any yes, why MPP for even when things were wrong and people were telling them fix the country, they told citizens said, go and fix yourself. And that's exactly what they did on December 7th. NDC party when citizens that voted for you, as they've given you an unprecedented victory, start complaining now. Please don't think say to hell with you. They should rather see say the sovereignty of the state resides in those citizens complaining, and so they would do the needful rather than trying to make it look like making noise and answer baby. And the future NDC Ghana phone and said we should be citizens and the government should also be a listening government, not to lord over the people. But that's Papa.
You monarch.
one now unim say a part of the whole that is not consciously seeking the betterment of another part of the whole no also was special needs so unim sir.
Yes. Papa wants some can the mood.
It's a part of a whole. But another part of the whole, no, you are not seeking the betterment of that part of the whole. Oh, now, a special needs person. Because
yes,
on Tia shallow, on Tia Casem.
Yeah.
Entina some confounding now. I was say, your mom back class name him said, be a not teacher neck as our moon TV. Intino, any can see a man coach.
And also said, I was finding out the India at 2 year old.
So I said, when I was sharing this issue, I said we call something sympathy request cap, right? Now, what sympathy request cap? No, and they say, oh, see, son, Uchimi ehunu say, oh yarea, oh mama no papa, they give you some special treatment.
Yeah.
One ya. So who told one is that treatment, right? For you to have that treatment, and then they say, oh yare, right?
Yeah.
And then the sympathy request cap. So now one here, they also say, Adebia intentionally, you grow to become it. And you shed that. Oh, shedder. Now, why you who say, oh, yare, Ubihuan, obey yare for. And Tina, and you fool baby say, now, or my final dream say, oh, yeah, or you would. And so no name say, on one, two. And I know what said no. So I didn't see you.
Yeah.
It's dynamics and endorsement. Anyway, some radio, maybe I'm know if I call me. Why? I wish I could just enjoy the conversation, but I need to run away now. So Kwame, over to you. Only option for why?
Are you? Anyway, option for also play assistant role. Na Monaco kono se aka bibia a opese ode to aso man ansa na watwe ho kakra factor
bibia ni ho
be that SDF be say what bray abroad me we free expression na mu obebu abroad papa bia baye and na a special day 2025 the beginning of the year no and in there and I try of a smile a big gate yamaye. Into the show be a papo, but no, would me go. And 3 opposite 4.
Hey, one more thing of Ambassador Morton. With a castle back. The part already, you're rough fufu. Say, you make Kisadek or line so I mean, also. Last year. MC in a fracas pa or Kanamaka. Me panicho. I fear you remain. Come now on Sana Mensumensa. Oh, me and platform to the dead because Ubia Yonko and Hutim Pubia na Bibia. In fact, much as sometimes or Bobby minimum body minimum. Nins Mayano can be a while. Ayana like a year, but you know, sometimes. When we allow emotions to fly up and he said last year if I said anything on the we are starting on a clean page. This is a new slate. There are sure say many others on this platform so no maybe or no more similar confrontation. I believe you say you know past and belonging to the past. Now Sami Omuku position. Omien Fena Omo by Mumbu by Nature. Yentrance of a fair hat, but that's so far.
But that Miss Madrasi say dear differences in no. Nafi, you are dono aye juma. Opposite 4. Aha, I think she apa.
I think on Messiah home. I think on Messiah home. Michia, Michian Funina, Quentufunina, Michio Bibia.
Wow.
Biji say mo apom ye France. France. Ebeba pa. Mati Monarch nka. Monarch me bo abaso, ma bo ye ho abaso. Mu say anamo ayi to say ye pensakra ya ma ye man Ghana no. ECP. Ama
Na obuso fo
sakra no aba.
tubu na musa. Mo hu na wi ana se sti ya mo osum.
Ye wo sumu.
Kai.
Say winter ni the throughout. Isum no ye demu ma kopem be say May and say April mu ho. Yeah, somebody there short. Be say 3 we are be say 3 months. And vitamin D, is also vitamin D no. It me fa. Oh ha na fa vitamin D. No. Eboa.
Yes, ya mo fa magnesium ka ho. Vitamin D.
Magnesium no me na me supplement na me pe raw state no raw source no.
Okay.
It be ni say contemporary spinach ne nkatie na cashew nuts. Almond na wo we ni sa na. No it me ma sa vitamins.
Enti obosomfo Rastaman ana.
Aden.
Enti mati say ye ni Monarch say odi enti Monarch mati say wa pa edwumadie bi ho ntoma say odi edwumadie bi ba ye behwe yapomuden ni niema enya amanyo semonko enti gidi say eduru so ayeso ye bekwa koka ho na yato adwene.
Oh, ye be man in space. No about lecture amayen.
Enti me da so chia etiefo nyina mo we chia etri nyina no ye cheche obi bia na ye be stress afia ye simu de mamo nja kasa ne ma ye nko ana mombra na ene no tumi wo ene mu enti se ye temo ne a no so betimi aboa ama nyema pa na se anamo a ye pese yitu no ye beboa enti ye be stre adofo ne ebusuafo a mo techire a mo ti a 24 radio no ye be stre mo sa afidi e mo nyamre mmeka ye ho on say ndɛ me kra dwumadie bi na akyikyere me but me say ndɛ ɛyɛ the maiden of the 2025 ne deɛ on say chinchina meba na me bɛkye ebusuafo a nyinaa afi twa mu edi dwuma ne kama sɛ ne Monarch ɛka no ntadeɛ bi a mu odru a wutimi hyɛ fa afi twa mu no bɔmmɔde sɛ wobɛn da wobɛrɔ sa atadeɛ no na afi ya kwantu no emu ayɛ den ayɛ mmerɛ ama wɔ na yakoye nim ba ne sai timi kɔ ne fast enti echi obia echi ebusuafo echia enuanu makwantufo so ofa Kwame I'm say minim say there free questions and answers na
and had questions and answers and de ye see afufu from enti obia who hopes any aspirations Kasa. Kasa, meet you. Betonka pa. Want to make on.
Papa, yetonka.
Hey.
Okay. Ofa Kwame to aso na emi say na homa ni.
Enti new year idea. Your resolutions. Say Ghana so say ye benya ban foforo. Ade bia ye positive a wo free say ebeboa a wo betumi ni a share. Na a friend is saying ade a Ghana ye frɛ mu a enya ye what ye hu free mu nyina wotumi de wa adwene ba. Anti bosomfo em say bosomfo de woni mama mre. Woni de possible.
We di me bonite o say Monarch credit kan dodo na ba no ya manyosem wa cause o man ne ye kan ya na bi se me nya manyosem mpa manyosem ba bibia ye wo mani mina ye o man ne yo ana mo na ye tu enti e ba na manyosem anase amanyo afana say nya me ncha de na me kan se enu bia ye tu ana mo se ye pensakra ya ba ye man mu no yetimi anya sansakra ye no enti ne ye hia ne se nyinaa yɛde mpaebɔ ne ɔpepa ne akoma pa bɛtaa ɔmampani ɛyɛ John Dramani Mahama a Ghanafoɔ ato aba ama no na wɔtumi aba bɛbɔ ɔman no ɛyɛ amanyɔ nhyehyɛeɛ no wɔtumi aba bɛyɛ ne ɛbɛboa yɛn na yɛbɛyɛ me dɛ paa yɛbɛyɛ me fɛ paa ne sɛ yɛkɔ yɛ anim anaasɛ yɛn nyinaa yɛaboa no ama wɔatumi adi saa nkonim no na nka nneɛma bi a na suban bi a yɛn bi yɛyɛɛyɛ wɔ mfie twa mu no na nka yɛtumi de nsakraeɛ aba mo sɛ ne nyinaa ka nsakraeɛ na motuo no ɛyɛ movement for change no ɛho sɛ ɛkwan a yɛsi fa yɛyɛ amanyɔsɛm kɔ wotie koraa no a bi nkora hyɛ aseɛ sɛ yɛmyɛnhwɛ yɛbɛhwɛ ne ɛska a ɔde ba bɛbu man ɔna yɛ sɛ ebi mu koraa nyɛ si gyinaeɛ sɛ yɛmbɔ mpa yɛmma no yɛmpɛ ne yie sɛ bɛsi ne yie saa suban na mesrɛ sɛ yɛkɔ no yɛbɛtumi ahorɔ saa honhom no na sɛ yɛbɛyi saa honhom no afiri mu na yɛtumi de ɔpɛpa ne biako yɛ ɔdɔ na yɛde ayɛ baabiɛ sɛ yɛtumi bɔ n'akyi no yɛbɛbɔ n'akyi baabiɛ ɛnkɔ yie no ɛwɔ sɛ yɛka yɛ ɛkɔ yie so no yɛbɛka nti medeɛ wobisa me a ɛno ne adeɛ titiriw a ɛhia me paa sɛ sɛ yɛnim sɛ ɔman no ɛwom sɛ yɛnti ma anim deɛ nanso ɔman no haw dodoɔ naa no yɛn na yɛkura yɛn na yɛboa nti aban no so ɛbɛyɛ nhyehyɛeɛ bi a obɛtumi aka yɛn Ghanafoɔ a yɛwɔ amanɔne no a yɛso yɛna mutuo no yɛ nneɛma a yɛyɛ ntumi boa ɔman no no so ɔmbɛtumi acknowledge yɛn na ɔmo allocate anaasɛ yɛbɛdelegate role bi ama yɛn a yɛbɛtumi anya direct impact ɛnyɛ sɛ multiple sources of support anaasɛ input na yɛtumi anya unified channel a Ghanaians in diaspora yɛka sɛ nti ɛndeɛ wowɔ France koraa a wonim sɛ wo yɔnkɔ wɔ China na Afghanistan no pɛɛ dɛ nhyehyɛeɛ anaasɛ nneɛma a ɛrekɔ so no ɔno so ebi bɛka no nti yɛbɛsrɛ sɛ yɛrekɔ yɛ nim no yɛn na yɛwɔ amanɔne na yɛnni Ghana but yɛdwumadi anaasɛ yɛ input affect Ghana directly no yɛsɛ yɛbɛtumi anya saa unified channel na a yɛbɛtumi a relay yɛ contributions aboa ɔman Ghana ma ne nyɛ ne sɛ ka wotie president a yɛyi ne a ɔse ɔhaw no deɛ ɛdɔɔso paa but menim ne focus no akɔyɛ sɛ Ghanafoɔ no atie ɔma yɛni mu no anaasɛ external support ɛyɛ aman horoɔ no anaasɛ ɔmbɛtumi aboa ɔmo na ɔmbɔhwɛ but ɔmomfa mo ani so nkɔ Ghanafoɔ no a yɛn so yɛwɔ amanɔne yɛ the diaspora no sɛ yɛ so ɛdɛn contributions ne yɛbɛtumi ayɛ aboa ɔmotumi ɛkaa yɛn so a yɛ so yɛbɛtumi aboa wɔn nti Ɔfa Kwame expectation ne deɛ don't expect anything aside from succeeding and as excelling in our political way.
Ɔfa Kwame
Be oh.
Ɔfa Kwame also for 1 second. First of all, Kwame, it is our case and the question of Kwame mentioned
The view, yes, and I say,
yes, and I can obey me my question, right? And I can be. I would say,
okay. You.
Just I could not feel so now. Yeah, two without any aim. It's over. Among the questions, you would say, what beauty are you seeking to embody in your soul in 2025? And then one question, okay? What can be fine. It's you have to give those boundaries. So that we will have a direction of where we are going. Now, other thing that we will solve and they say, no, I say, never will hold my when in 2024 it's the young Rosanta, and then we'll be able to go far, right? It's from to go on my after that, and yes, I'm from Sulu. But so, also, a quiet, or no one can say, and from so I could be better, or what we said, 25 years up from Sulu. On where I can why?
Well, I shall say, free near Woody chat one. I said, and from Sonny dear, and then they say, near my Wangasa, who said, Amwa will cost now, and as an amwa 2 years. Na kwamba enso na wutimi allow masa niema no edi akotene anase itimi distractive war. 1 sa mitigation actions na anase anticipation actions no ɛna ɛwɔ sɛ wotumi enhance no na wopɛ kwan a wobɛtumi ɛde ayɛdɛn ablɔko saa nneɛma no na wontumi encompromise wo ho nti ɛne deɛ yɛwɔ ne personal level, religious level, occupational level, political level, and family level. Nti ɛne deɛ bebree, but it's up to wo nankasa na wo de wo ho no ɛna ɛsɛ wotumi yɛ saa reflections no na wohwɛ sɛ nneɛma bɛn ɛna me baako sɛ bi obisa me sɛ a me family level no metumi hu sɛ there are some relatives bi and abusuafo enuanom bi wɔ hɔ a nsi sɛ me sɛ ebu ɔmo ɛto ma konta ho like me inform ɔmo plans biem a ma restrict wɔ ma block wɔ access because previously no ɔmo kura unlimited access to me, but getting to realize ebi ɔmo never actions and inactions bi nneɛma bi ɔmo yɛ ya amboa me course no na ɛwɔ sɛ me yɛ dɛn me block wɔ me set firewall and me block wɔ access from me and ama me movement me BBI free. That's one side. And politics, we share political realm no so na criticism. I was more criticizing the government. Fine, criticism is good, not just any criticism, but it was constructive one. And also no any idea about it. But I think that my desire is that I will not criticize, be it constructively or not unnecessarily now. I'm going to limit the criticism and rather provide solutions like contributions. And internet may earlier submission make us say if we can even get a unified channel, I bet media channel or relay our contributions now and also Babua so that we can limit the talk and then put in more actions.
Okay. All right. I was on vote. Going forward, I'm saying, obey the article we were told platform and also say, Nanado, Wama, African countries need with a free access to our country.
Yeah. I'm saying,
and what was your initial comment on that?
I said, I don't know. Also, who granted? Oh yes, unlimited access and as a free access now. There's a who improve movement.
I was on vote. The question is, what was your initial comment on that?
Mekaya me say we kwama afena akronfo and as criminals eba pose threat to our national security. Because it borders on national security.
So what's it? In 2025, said yeah, well, can I no? Say now, obviously, addresses to BBC about 10 hours.
I visit internet no meka say this year yenye bue mama obi asa obi atimi ba no. Yenhwe na yema ya security for no, ahobambo for no. Omutimi nya nhihye ya ometimi e dia screen wo ma ba ne wo ma emo kono. Na mo bi mfa ne say bia me e visa free nti no. Me kwa ye misa mehwe. No omuso aye ne say okay. Enti bibisa sa na meka no. Say ye bue kwa na ye nhihye ya de be check wo.
Sanity. In fact, so they will say yeah no. Mr. Wo ba ko kan ho why? That wo ba ko kan. Why? That wo ba ko kan. Yo, na
akoye o say enkonye 10 na cause the summary ba be number 9.
Enkoye 10 mum. Why? Enkoye 10 mum. Why? Enkoye 10.
I don't know afi media no me yes akrai wo sa awo no ho a embwa. Say ni so ye nyema amaye afi adwemu no anka afi we timi ma me esakra mu kakra sanka beboa.
So
because some catch us and never be brew and pese ntade weti ntade ni bebre wan pese me roto ho na ema movement ni free ma binti papa enda from sao enti no so ye bibi anka me hwa mitimi ro no so to ho a ke beboa
kontu ebeboa ohu
Mate. You can want some actually. Why? You can want some actually.
Now, but what beauty? Bosu be mami na.
What beauty are you seeking to embody in your soul in 2025?
Okay, what beauty are you seeking to embody in your soul? Now say, at the fell ben na ope say, would they share with grandma?
Aye.
Okay. Our fee. And I then I said 2025 in because I did FD say afi ball.
Oh, say
down kwa.
Ode share wa umu afi we mu a and not say e be free umu, right? But you are starting from somewhere. So
yeah. Correct.
You know. And yes, I want to show 2025, not 2026. What could you prove? It's no shot here from somewhere, and it leads you on to other places. That's all.
Other places, yeah. Papa made the aim say no create honesty, and then honesty. No create idea as Ghanaians. Maybe Kasa as a Ghanaian. Say a bit to me, and then no crash no create yemu. Because I'm saying this because I've been a victim of dishonesty. Mr. Kankra say as one of the way resolutions are me in the previous year, say I have to cut off some relatives, and it because they were not honest with me. Now and then first say and I say and yes, they say we busuini and as a relative, udnia obra unyana with me. Are blocking no. So man gain access to you ever. That is not what the world needs. But the fact that we need togetherness doesn't mean say when we are together now, we shouldn't be honest with ourselves. And see, me dear, I would want to that spirit and as a beauty of honesty, dear me a woman, and I have lived to enjoy it. And that is why I say, I feel so hurt about it that I don't want to take you along. And your best say, Sanka Yebe to me, I embody this beauty of and as a spirit of honesty. No say no credia and funny so me bra minia, me wish you me man canu crunch and cry on your shame no. She ni could stray yes, Anna. Mbwa sa nipa no. Nti se Ghana for na ibet me I embody sa no credie no honesty no ye mu a ye sunsum mo ye kremu se eye wo ba wo yire wo kunu wo maame wo papa wo nua wase obi a wadamfo obi a wo ne no nipa bi a wo ne dili bia no se wo timi e de no credie etu anamo a jiri se betimi abo amampunto aba. Enti eneno idea me no na maka no is already embodied in me, in my soul, because I've lived to realize the benefits of it. Enti it will continue to be there, Papa. And need the main thing because say nipa na se yentimi nje ye where are we going? We are just wasting our time if we trying to be smart at each other. And the only thing we think of being smart is how we can outwit each other. Dishonestly, it doesn't help a nation. It doesn't help even the spirit, because a banisa na obre onwase. In Papa kakra me can afine no. There are a lot of things that I think say if we are able to embody them in our spirit soul now, they would. In kakra ba kwa me ma fa I don't know. The beauty of honesty. That's what is being embodied in my soul.
Quick one. Say how Sabia drift away from that beautiness Sabia will be a platform so or draw attention. Say how dear.
Oh, there be have me cry. Yo, Kwame.
Ola no
try, Papa. Ola no try.
ya toka sano
na me say over kwa no
me wo ho
me say obosomfo drift ewo ne beauty na
eya wala no problem abem
papa wala no em say emu edwuka sisi nti na papa na em say what in some na o bisa wo no se bia me drift afa
ni kwachi no de mi hu ba bia o chima penti yenke inti line no tomu a ebi o de beba na obusumfo se uni addition bi e ka ho for the time being there yen san recycle ne yenya new member bia mehie mu panel no inti yen recycle ne ko abi ho abi so aye
ofa kofi chum berima eba so ba em say wasa drop nti
aye on and off for inti nipa foforo bi e ba ye be man space inti abi so aye ready there take over na fi when it we say 2025 money minimum say what aha
what are you going to say?
So ideas in so who will be now M1 say one thing is our politicians and I say our leaders no they don't tap into the resources are here just say say ye big gate no na Ghana form for ideas mra minimum say it wouldn't take long time you bit me a restructure Ghana but there is something system be a da me ba me ka ho asem a friend partisan no Ghana for operate on 50% around 50% level enti abi kaudi bi ideas in here bremu.
Yeah, well, for Kwame, it's true what you are saying. That is why I said if Mama will really bring about change, we need to review the way we do things, including a review of the winner takes all mentality. Today, I don't know whether I posted it on the platform, but you know Ethiopia Airlines. Ethiopia Airlines is more or less like the leading airline in Africa. So now what they are doing is they are teaming up with other African countries to train and manage and collaborate with them for airlines. Right now they've teamed up with Congo, so they will run Congo Airlines together. And I think there are other two countries, which is quite beautiful. If we start like that, we embrace ourselves like that, every African country we play to its strength. It's a fantastic idea. Nigeria, too, when it goes to banking or IT, they are leading. I don't know why we can collaborate on these levels to move the continent forward. But my advice to Mahama, if Biniwa and his people can communicate this to him or to the NDC, under Akufo-Addo, we have Ministry for Information, a Ministry for Communication. One, I don't know why these two ministries should be separate. And this, especially a Ministry of Information, operates on a budget. We don't even know what that Ministry of Information does. But on the face of things, it's like it is only the government's propaganda ministry. All what they do is go and refute or fight people who are criticizing the government. So our own money under the Ministry of Information is just to fight citizens who are criticizing their own money being misused, abused, or whatever. Imagine if part of this Ministry of Information's budgets involves the ministry sending a team, or part of it is to go and collect information from Ghanaians across the board, in the diaspora, locally, and so on. Go and listen to them. Go and solicit ideas. We have these projects. We want to undertake. What do we think are the pros and the cons? What do you think are the positives or negatives? Do you understand? So that they will censor Ghanaians' point of view before they roll it into policy. So that by the time they say, okay, we've made a policy of, let's say, forestry management, they might have informally consulted Ghanaians already. And that will help them know, where the problems are or where the benefits are. That is what they will use as the basis for forming a business case for that policy. So that when they roll this out to the larger public, most of the concerns that the larger public will raise, they might have addressed that already. So imagine every, decision they make, they roll it past the people like that for mass participation. I'm sure they will get Ghanaians who are more experienced in the field, who can chip in more. So I hope NPP will embrace some of these things. Rather than sending so-called party communicators come and insult us. When we talk, they will tell us, change your attitude. The person telling you to change your attitude has not changed his attitude. The one who is the decision maker, the one that we are supposed to learn from, has not changed his or her attitude. But you who are criticizing him, say, change your attitude. Meanwhile, he or she is just the same person. The leaders who are supposed to lead the example, they say, oh, me, I don't have anything to change. I'm perfect. It is up to you to change. There we are. This is where we are. So I hope MDC will change. But if they don't change, believe me, they will meet more criticism, more resistance than what we've just seen. You understand? There are so many, imagine, I think Ethiopia has got this thing. They have like diasporan bond. Do you understand? Imagine these $3 billion we go to IMF to borrow, they create something like a diasporan bond. Now, all interested Ghanaians should buy into this bond. Maybe we give ourselves 1 year, 1.5 years as an investment. But don't you think Ghanaians would like to? The only obstacle most Ghanaians will be struggling with is that giving the bad example Ken Ofori-Atta has set, how many of us will be willing to buy into such a bond? So when we say mismanagement or Ken Ofori-Atta and the rest has killed the little aspirations Ghanaians have in regard to financial management, these are some of the things we are talking about. But otherwise, I feel government issuing a diasporan bond is a good idea. we target $3 billion, $5 billion over time. We could raise that money. But that is where we are. So when NDC comes and they embrace Ghanaian ideas, fine. But if they want to do the whole thing, and like what Kwame you were saying, it's like you have a large pool of resources you want to use. But you decide for some reason, I want to use only 40% of that pool. You restrict yourself to using only that 40% of that pool. Imagine good resources you have ignored. And if you are not lucky, like NPP did, that 40% pool they 60% pool they ignored and rely on that 40%, and they don't have the quality. This is where it will end them, like it's ended MPP. You understand? So look, Mahama has a lot of work to do. He has a lot of changes to bring about. Whether he will succeed or not depends on the type of change he brings about. Ghanaians, we are fed up of more of the same. You understand? More of the same. You are doing what you used to do more, but the same thing, no changes. We are fed up with that. So more of the same, you come, maybe the last time he constructed 5,000 kilometers of road. This time I'm going to construct 7,000 kilometers of road. Last time I came, more of the same is not what we want. More of the same, no, we don't want that. We want a complete transformation. That resetting, those terminologies, we are not interested in terminology. You can decide to describe it anyhow. We need a complete transformation. The transformation is, let's say now we are going as a circle, and that circle is not helping us. We want to transform the circle into a square. Because the mindset you use to be running this circle is not the same mindset you need to run a square. So that is where we are now. That's transformation. You understand? If you want to operate the same circle, it means this time if you have a small hole, you are coming to make it bigger. It will not solve the problem. Do you understand? Of Kwame, this is where your man's thinking comes in. You know him. Yeah, lateral thinking. Yes.
Innovative ideas.
Yeah, that is what we need. So we are looking at them. If they are willing to embrace as many Ghanaians, because look, there are a lot of Ghanaians who are happy to contribute. They've got ideas, they've got experience. Look, this is how the Japanese, the Koreans, even the Indians, and the Chinese did. They galvanize the resources of all their people in the diaspora to come down and help them. They even entice people. Dubai. You think the things they are doing in Dubai is these Dubai people who did it? They've brought people from this part of the world to go to do who are doing the thing.
The European intelligence. They
attracted all of them to go help them. But Ghana, you have some of the pool of resources, but because it is MPP NDC, you just sideline them because they don't belong to MPP, they don't belong to NDC. No contribution, no chop. Hey, we are waiting for the Kwame. We are waiting for them.
The highness.
We are. Yeah, they are. Well, Kwame, have you seen hyena chasing tigers and lions before? Those animals are wild.
The old lions had a suffer.
Where you see 4, 5 hyenas, they will destroy lion, destroy tiger anyhow. I don't know whether their meat is not sweet or when they buy them, they don't feel it. I don't know.
But this time around, the vice president, and this man, Mama himself, they have all the powers to restructure Ghana. So let's.
Over Kwame, who Juma are you talking about?
Madam, what's her name?
Jena Nopoku.
Yeah.
What are you saying? That woman we've seen her before.
But we've seen Mama before. And Mama.
Jena, me, I don't have confidence in her. That woman taught me communication studies. I don't have confidence in her at all.
We are in 2025. So whatever you knew about that woman is different from what he's going to do in 2025. So give her a benefit of doubt. Okay. Abi, Okabi. Japanese company are a friend to Toyota. Influence no enormous because when these American car companies were doing, they are telling their labor unit, and they say, "You shut up and work." That time, the Japanese also say, "Let information flow from two ends, from top and from bottom." So, and it's a communication, a two-way party there. And the NHS say, free of information means free of idea flow. And no, now, I'm a Japanese. For the nominee American car companies now to form Kim. And so ubu mine. Now, better feedback. What block or lie? Say information minister or no the any say what the information free so it be free and free at say Hong Kong. Or mine also will be any said the friends and Papa
they say freedom of information. Freedom of information, if you put through a freedom of information request, they tell you it's against security requirement. What sort of nonsense is this? Meanwhile, here, when you put through your freedom of information request, people are just panicking just to give you the thing. In Ghana, they say no, it's security, it's close. So it's like they did that thing just for political expediency.
Oh, it now boils down to the fact to say your governance system, it's sick.
If I want to know how much the government has spent, Akufo-Addo has spent since he came to power tonight by way of travel costs, I should be able to get that. They say his security violation is also rubbish.
Now, a country like Senegal, parliament, allocated so many seats. I'm a diaspora population, And at least almost so ekabibi about the governance. Now, Omania, in the diaspora group, yesika yediko omanumu. Now, why imagine say, idea who propose about a diaspora bond system? Nanka owura mama ohie ska or the bear expand Temahabo. Ghanaians could have contributed that.
Exactly. We could have bought a bond. If you know your investment is in there, you could have bought a bond and own part of the harbor. Do you understand?
I'm saying
Over Kwame, we've got 2 Ghanaian NASA scientists. Imagine if the science and technology committee in parliament, these 2 guys are sitting in that meeting. Imagine the ideas they can give to these people.
Oh,
imagine.
You are
not telling them to come and you are not telling them to come and join them. Oh, we need you for maybe 2 weeks or something. Just come. I see the ideas you go give these people.
Now extend even.
And they will see that say, oh, this you are not NPP, you are not NDC, no contribution, no chop. Meanwhile, the people that you don't know anything.
The system must change. The system must change.
Then we have Akufo-Addo sitting there, all what is waiting for occasion to come and talk rubbish, come and talk nonsense. Then you have Gabi coming to tell us our forefathers educated us. Gabi is more educated than who?
Anyway, we've seen the worst of governance from.
Anyway, Dr. Ajima has come on, so let him take over. Pause, brother is on now before he start to curse you.
Over to Mama. The worst one. The best thing to do is say, I will say, Kwania, you be manage your home. Now ye wrong things in every system no more. Near correcting.
Yeah, over we need a good leader who will size up the situation and say, hey, come on, we've used the wrong approach for so long. Let's embrace the best in class to do the work. You understand? Because the bottom line is
I know the good leader know this you see upon because we have chosen Mahama. And the Mahama now wants say said the be information will flow. Not the Ghana for here no. Ya Ghana for because we have the means and we are capable to change things. And the only the say yes no more pretty on 35 level no. Now one say baby no mana ye 100%. Na contributions be a baby emra. Na yan fam building Ghana. Dr. Jingo, why you ready, bra?
Yeah, over.
Yes, sir.
Official power. My brother Joseph Official Happy New Year.
Yeah, Doc. Yeah, how are you? How do we say? I feel come back to you. Is it not the right?
I feel come to you. I feel come saying all this. But it's up to them. All we say is Happy New Year. That's it.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever happens in the year, we'll take care of itself.
Yeah, exactly. There's nothing we can do.
Now, Prof. President Carter, almost here, no.
Baby, it no 9.
Hey, okay. That time not gonna.
So, Doc, they will bury him this night.
9 December. I think they will take him to Washington, maybe for safe viewing or something, and then they'll flow the body down there in Georgia here, Plains Church.
So Doc, so Doc, when are you going to bury Akufo-Addo Uncle then?
Ghana, it does have to go, man. I cannot go. I cannot go on the former president. You don't go, was it?
Okay, Doc. The other board new.
That board.
First thing they say, Yewura Afifu from friend is thing. Sebia or doing something good about New Year. That's a whoop say when you share. But more than me until aspirations for Ghana and for yourself. Never on everyone no more. Ghana yenya aban fufura or yebesu any intentive.
January 6th and
7th. January 7th. January 7th. Yeah.
Enti adia ufi say owura no otuma no a ebetumi aboa Ghana no so. But what that communicate through this airline no. Ekwe bi so ebi abene wa amfa akoma no a some other person be the beka akoma no. Enti that's also will be before for the beka ho faka ho. Na fi yem manenko. Ye the amount ETO.
Oh yeah, I mean for Ghana there, even though no say we have a new government coming in, I mean it is the leaders, no, that can change Ghana. The leaders, no, I mean now we have Mahama as a leader of NDC now. Now he is the president, you know. If Ghana is going to, move forward or change that, it's going to depend on Mahama, the people he's going to appoint in those areas now. He has the power to appoint them. That's what I say. Because if we don't change the way we do business, the way we govern in Ghana and India, the country we're not going to change. So the country we're not going to move forward. So we
need a system of governance and anything.
Yeah, because it doesn't make sense. Because I hope that Mahama, when he was campaigning, he was talking about the constitution. If he really wants to, do something about the constitution in the air, and he has to, create a pathway to change that constitution. Because it doesn't make sense. The president should appoint DCEs, MCEs, regional ministers, mayors, and everything. So that's it. Because all these towns, cities, I don't know, if they collect monies, they should be able to use their money to develop their areas. So that's it. They should be able to use the money. The money now, the taxes, the people working there, if it is property tax, they should be able to use some of the money to develop their areas. For what? For good roads, for hospitals, for schools. It's not like the president, we collect the money and then we give to the president. Say, what about fund, what about this? Then the president will decide, okay, I have for I'm not going to develop it here. I have for Monji way. How man you say? No. So I say, AMA should be able to collect revenues, everything, to develop those areas. KMA, the district assemblies, right? They should be able to what? To collect monies to develop those areas.
Now, environmental, environmental, what take you over on, Bibisa.
Yes, that's how it is. So, by environment, what's the problem with the environment? Waste sewage near the Adina, they should be able, such as Galamsey, we are talking about near Adina, the chiefs in those countries, in those towns, should be able to what? To control those people who are there.
Prof, the okay, the nature say, powers be said the bay, with me impose taxes. Areas, Now, taxes, okay. Was it no?
No, because what is taxes? What do we use taxes for? We use taxes to develop what? The area now, so as to benefit the people now who tax them from, so as if Accra people are paying taxes, they should see improvement in their what? In their health services, in their school services, in their roads and transport services. So how would you say?
Now, emphasis taxes here be near debate omoka.
Yes, and you know, so taxes in each omoka, people now they are working to get the revenue for the government, you know. So they say, you know, as a government, as a national government, you know. That's why I'm saying that we are not going to give you all the taxes. Say CAG taxes are not 100%. Okay, we can say okay, most 30% will go to the government, to the national. So they say, but 70% of the taxes in there we have to use to develop our areas. Or so you have ways and means of to get taxes. You know you have import duties, export duties, you can use those money so that say to develop.
The next is state revenue, any local taxes. Space be I said you be free and you support to any BBSA. Yes, I'm being out.
That is how it is because if you have local taxes, local taxes, you know, should be able to what develop the local area. State taxes should be able to what to develop the state taxes. What I say, when I come to the regional taxes as well, regional taxes and also should be able to what develop the region. So that's it.
And the control systems be able to be able say the be taxes or no, and question will be bottom.
Yes,
because
that is why you set up automated systems. So that's it. You set up. We have people that faithful. So that's it. They have ethics. Say money addition means I say me I'm going to do it according to the policy and procedure. So that's it. Also, my will be say on Concoji revenue, electricity bill. On Concoji will be on company before BAT or any partner there. Or say you know you owe the government say 100 cities. You know what? Mommy 70 cities. 70 cities. Maybe 30. Everyone come up by. Next month for 20. Now 20 now can my trust where they were here. So what you say? Because the people know and they are not faithful. You know, when they are going to collect the money now, or money they collide with the people now, they have to collect the money from no. What I say? Until the government you know in the right revenue. So that's it. And you know what you have to do? You have to eliminate these things now. You have to what? Go what electronics. So that's
digital.
So, yeah, digital. And you know, so people have to see kind of the idea about you can't collect money from that person. So that's it. Nipano business, they have bank accounts and the other, making sure say they have to what do their payments, you know, through their bank or Momo account. So the government, you know, they should have accounts here. They can see, say, oh, this company, you know, they have paid their taxes, you know, what to them.
Now,
so one of you in New York, right? You know, New York, they used to have a meter a year. Or park a car, right? Now you put in coins, 25 cents. Now they are ashamed. So that's it. We said those people now go around to open the channel. They can't even see the money. I be sure they when they trace it to them, pull out. No more share go. I give him so that some of us every until they don't even see the money.
Wow.
So this is
any
no. This is the things that we have to do. Like, hey, Obia our car, driver's license in the other day. The police, MOB take it out. You don't have to. The police, you know that they know I have to take you this. I have to take this. Just write the number. Say this is your ticket. Pay your fine to this account here. And a lot of them they have Momo accounts, right? Your phone number, Momo accounts. So the government can have all this Momo. This thing. The companies, whatever, everybody can utilize those things to pay their taxes. All they have to do is they have to make sure say a deeper way, company way, because tax you have a deadline to pay your taxes. If you don't pay, you have a penalty. So there's a to make sure that people are checking those deadlines, to make sure that they are paying. If they haven't paid that, that's what you have to call them. You have to go there and warn them, say, hey, this is that. So if you have to shut their business up, you shut it down. So that's it. To make sure that they are paying their taxes. And you say, us more be no call. Or you probably they cut 120. No, I will not go no man 40 or punching in. Any amount of you say Nipana, which yes, you can. So that's it. Meanwhile, on GI.
Okay.
It's very sad, man, my brother. If you don't have
amendable, repairable. Only say
repairable. The only thing is that you have to have people they know that when they are giving that job, they are going to take it seriously. They have ethics, they have morals. So that's it. So they are going to work according to what is required of them. They have to be faithful. Because the thing is, we are collecting the money for the good of the people.
Right? Dr. Tima, in America and UK here, they don't tell you to be faithful. If you are not faithful, you know the consequence, don't you?
No, that's what I'm saying. So
But if you are not faithful, you know the consequence. The consequence will tell you whether you should be faithful or not.
No, but the people, Abby, the people now, they are in charge of here, they are faithful. Faithful no means they are faithful. What? Executing the requirements of the job that they are doing, So they say because Uncle job say, hey, I'm going to be late. I no, because the procedure and also the protocols and all working. So if you are late 3 times, you have to write you up. He's going to write.
Yeah. Doc, you stated one of the solutions: protocols and rules. That is what we call operational policies. Do you understand? Where you are working, where I'm working, we are doing the right thing because there are written rules and procedures, policies that you are expected to be aware of. If you violate any of them, your uncle, the president, or anybody is not coming to beg for you. So one of the changes is this. If Mama wants Ghana to work, the situation where he will take the phone, he say, "Oh, ignore this. Don't act on this." They have to stop all of those things. If they don't stop, order from above. Oh, he's from the president's office. If they don't stop all of those things, nothing will change.
That's how I'm saying. So
nothing will change.
If they order from above, right, the president is faithful. He's not going to tell somebody when the president knows that this is the rules and regulations the protocols we have to use to make the system work. So you see, so the president will have to be faithful so that all the ministers now he has appointed, the leaders also are going to be faithful.
Because in this part of the world, when the president tells somebody, "Oh, ignore this," journalists will pick it up. That Mr. A, Mr. B violated this thing, but the government killed the thing. Journalists will take him up.
Yeah. So that's it. Or even the person who is being instructed to do otherwise, if that person is faithful, he will resign. Say, "No, man, I can't do this against my conscience."
Yeah, so Mama has got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, so that is how it is. Because if we don't have those leaders here, Abby, we are not going anywhere.
Yeah, in Ghana for no. Yeah, the culture yes, the whole propose is going to be a war between the way of doing efficiently. Let me at you. Another problem is so many cities and towns in Ghana in particular, no, almost share ohini biasi. Enti almost more authority.
No,
Almost
the problem we have is that when the constitution, when they drafted the constitution, I don't know why they were not able to integrate the king, because the king, they have towns, right? In America here, or I don't know about UK. In America here, the towns, they have mayors. So the mayors, they are like a kings in Ghana, because but here the mayors, we do vote for them, but in Ghana we don't vote for a king. But at least the king should know, say, even though I'm a king, right? But my people, they need water, they need school, they need hospital. So if I have all this land, there, what should I do, for my people to get the best out of what? Of our land or the town? So I say, until the king should have people around him, they can sit down, right? Find a way and get all this, collect money. So they say taxes. They have all these burdens on your land. You have to be able to collect taxes over them, so that you can develop the area for them. You can provide water for them. You can provide schools for them. You can provide hospitals for them.
Asante Memu dia. Yo, almost traditional system of doing their cultural things, And now, development there, you say a car for no because they rely on the central government.
We have to find a way to integrate it. It's also
but over Kwame, if you say development is part of the key, why is it that the Domeswa or whatever the chief is doing it?
Exceptional. Domeswa they exceptional. And
it's a proper king who will take that step. You think if you are a king, you only have to dress in great occasions? And if the kings are powerful, they should take the government on. Why have you ignored our area? Why are you not providing this? Do you understand? Your MP will not allow your MP to be operating freely like that, because our MP is there for the community.
You must example no there. Government to create a local approach to development. What is the right person? What use right methods? What they develop in the sector? Just say, apart from the 1 year in the first year, 1 year 7-year project. Just say, and only 7th year, Now you need free Ghana, free according to Marcon, Yamapata, retire people.
So, you leave your one land plot for your thing, go and stay in Dumesia. This one land plot you disturb us as you are going to use.
Obajum told me that the first thing, say, woman crossover no and perform visiting for full fee. And baby, I'm a piece of mind. Let me treat it as a piece of mind. I'm going to tell you, Monsieur.
So the I'm talking about, right? That's the chief who is developing, his town, should be a prototype for all the chiefs.
Wow.
You see, that is how development starts. So that one should
be
a prototype.
But the dog, you see, if that should be the prototype, somebody like Santini should even be regretting by now. Say, so why should I see?
Asantini, Asantini, I don't appreciate the way he is doing things at all.
Yeah, so he should sit there and say, come on, why should this guy? Because that chief has got limited resources there at Santini.
Yes.
Do you understand? He's got limited resources. Recently, he went to give government 500,000 cedis. Does it need that money?
No.
No, understand? Use the money to do something proper. But they are just showing off.
Abby.
And he's got more resources than this chief.
Opposite Menchia, right? Then we have Menchia
Eh.
clinic there.
Eh,
It was a wooded clinic.
you.
All that Santini has to do is take that clinic and then build it in nice hospital and then put his name on it. Royal
Yo.
Clinic or something like that. Yes, it's just opposite. Kotoko used to do practice over there. Kotoko
Yo.
used to do practice. Just behind there, then they have a football pitch over there, and then the clinic is there where you go there and take all your yellow fever and all those things.
Yeah, so when we talk about these chiefs,
Me boom. And measure polyclinic nana.
Yeah, whatever it is, what do you call it?
Okay.
Polyclinic. Yeah.
Yo.
Just elevate it, build it nice. Put your name there. Menchia, Royal, whatever clinic, whatever it is.
But
they are not doing all of these things. They are not doing all of these things. They expect us to be worshiping them.
Even the high school I went to,
oh,
right?
something in particular. Yakase emrebi nuwa control something. So
Even
he did.
the high school I went to, Asante Secondary School, it's for the Asantes. He hasn't done anything to it for them.
Now, Obia emrebi to me and control no. How are we going to push him to do what he has to do?
That is how you have a conscience. You have to think, say, no, this is my people. This is what they
Not
need.
sufficient. It's not sufficient. It's not sufficient. Because it's a maybe for soon say onye the also onye.
Yeah, but Doc, Asantini hasn't got council of elders.
They have them.
They have them.
If Asantini is not seeing it, can they also see it?
No, but they are there to earn their living.
Okay. So all day what they wake up as Zim, all those things, Keke.
Well, I'm going back to work, man. I have to go work and feed my case, man.
Okay, yeah, we'll catch up. Yeah, Kwame, you have to. People are not coming, so my son, I need to go now.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
Obi audition bika. I yes Anna say 31st you are resuming work. That's say oye so na afi obi ankogina ho me say de ochina ye betumi asate adwuma.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll catch up tomorrow.
Okay.
But thank to Papa Smile anyway for opening today anyway. It's done well.
Yeah.
At least New Year. It's done well.
We will call it a day.
Okay.
So na New Year any fruitful, hopeful, Emma Ghana Libya. Yet will be asking.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Give the Lord a shout in this place.